Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is about the next time you see your person, what is going to happen next time you see your person, or the next time you speak with your person, if this is more a conversation or a call. We have 5 piles here for you today, and this is meant to be either platonic or romantic. A lot of these could have been taken either or, and some were very clearly romantic, so it all depends. The beginning of the pile will tell you, so feel free to choose multiple. We have for pile 1, Bonbon by Viktor and Rolf. Pile 2, we have Donna Born in Roma, Choral Fantasy by Valentino. Pile 3, we have Angel Elixer by Mugler. Pile 4, we have Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. And pile 5, we have Not Another Cherry by Finery. So take a few deep breaths, think of your person. If you have a personal preference here, I wouldn't say go with that. I would say go with whatever is calling to you, because I kind of get that within this particular reading. The one that you really like may not always be the one that you want, if that makes any sense. But regardless, I will be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose Bonbon by Viktor and Rolf, then we have your reading here for you. For the next time you see them, what's going to go on between you and your person? So I love this fragrance. It is my favorite. This is actually an empty bottle and I have one on the way, but it smells very, very sweet with a hint of like orange or something citrusy. This to me is like an everyday kind of fragrance. So I feel like you might meet up with your person on a regular day, like during the weekdays or during the daytime. I don't feel like it's anything too formal or too crazy. This could be at work, because this is something I just wear, like, it's an everyday kind of scent, but it's also sweet. So I feel like you're going to be, I'm hearing you're going to be on your best behavior, whatever that may mean to you. Like I said in the intro, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could very much be platonic or an everyday situation. I feel like there's somebody here. This is meant to be somebody that you are looking forward to seeing, or you're wondering how, things are going to play out next time you see them. So we're going to start with some connecting energies. This is A and B style. You can choose whichever you want, because sometimes certain things will reflect about you in either section, but I want to do a you versus them. But we're going to start with connecting energies to see the reason behind why you are running into them. Well, I just said why you are running into them. So you might run into them, or why you are meeting up with them, whatever the situation is. We have the South Node. There will not be anxiety about trouble. Something about the past life. Something about the past life is coming through here. So somebody here might be anxious. There might be some trouble, but I'm also seeing you trying to avoid trouble. So whoever this is, I feel like you've had some difficulty with them in the past. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly, or if it's just a general anxiousness that you may have around them, or that they may have around you. Very interesting already. Let's go ahead and get your Sacred Creators card. Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure if you've been trying to avoid this person or if they've been trying to avoid you, but there's kind of like a tension here. Tension, not attention. I guess both. You have attention to the tension here, pile 1. We also have, what does your soul say? You know what's funny? I wanted to say that with you and this person, you just feel their energy, regardless of whether you are intuitive or not. I feel like with this particular person, there is some sort of unspoken something between you and this person. So you might have like a soul bond, a psychic connection. And I have to preface this by saying that you don't have to be a soulmate with somebody in order to have a soul connection. This could just be, like, for example, they don't have to be anything to you. We're just more psychic with certain people than we are with others. And there might be a reason to that. Let me get another card. There will be communication here, though. You will be talking with this blue. Sacred mirrors. This person mirrors something to you. 33, yeah. And there's more blue here. So there will be some talk. It's not just going to be, I feel like it's an actual conversation and not just one of those interactions where you go through the daily chatter, the daily motions. Because I'm thinking of when you meet up with certain people that you see on a daily basis, you're just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? It's not that. This is an actual conversation. With what does your soul say and sacred mirrors, I feel like the reason you are having this conversation is because you both understand something. There is a mutual understanding of something. It could be something from the past with the South Node, but you both have an understanding of a particular situation. You could be talking about something that happened in the past. There is some sort of understanding between you and this person, yet there is tension. So I feel like at one point you were either very close to this person, or if you still are close, that there might have been like a disagreement or something along those lines. We have trust. This person trusts you, or you trust them. It kind of wanted to come out reversed. Yeah, I don't take reversals in this deck. So there might be some shaky trust here. Maybe at one point you did trust them and now you don't. And again with the blue, and specifically in this water, which is mirroring this moon, but in a very distorted way. So I feel like you don't know whether to trust this person or not. You don't know whether there's just distrust between both of you. And it makes me a little sad because I feel like at one point you did. Or at one point there was something more here. Let me go ahead and get your seed and sickle card. But yeah, there's going to be a conversation, and it's going to be... You're gonna be on guard within this conversation, or this person could be. The both, honestly, you both will. I mean, there's mirroring here. So you will both have your guard up. But there's kind of like a yearning for something from the past. We have, yeah, I'm not surprised with the blue. We have, how do you pronounce this? Aconite? Aconite. And we have this skull with the pierce, this arrow through the forehead. It makes me think of the third eye, like a distorted intuition, or something about clarity. I feel like you're asking for clarity here. I will read from the book for this though. From the book, we have Aconite is a scholar's plant, always hungry for knowledge and the power that comes with learning. Through its wisdom, it turned the maiden Arachne into a spider and taught the first werewolves the power of transformation. You've made it as far as you can with the expertise you already possess. Now it's time to assess the gaps in your knowledge and focus on filling them in. A new class, hobby, or experience will be a rewarding opportunity for you to further yourself and become a wiser you. This person wants to learn from you. So if this person isn't somebody that you are close to, they could just want to get to know about your situation a little bit better. I feel like they've seen you go through something and they want to know what this is. But there is some sympathy here, and yet this distrust. This mistrust, whatever you want to call it, lack of trust, is what's bothering me. It's like somebody here doesn't know whether to believe your story or not, or maybe they just, I don't know what the history between you and this person is. But if you know, you know. I'm thinking of the story of Arachne, because Athena turned her into a spider. It's kind of like somebody here fears that if they are honest or if they tell the truth, they are going to be punished in some way, because somebody here would probably resonate more with Athena and somebody here is more Arachne. And I don't know why there's a power dynamic here. If it's a work situation, I guess that makes sense. Somebody could be above you in some way and you are lower in ranking. But if it's more of a personal relationship, I don't get why that is. So let's get cards for person A. And like I said, you can choose to be whomever. So person A, Scorpion. Yeah, there's the sting. Like there's somebody here is waiting for this sting. I don't think anybody wants to sting anybody, but there's like, it's like they're waiting for the other shoe to drop or something like that. And then the other person, somebody here could be a Scorpio as well. This could happen during Scorpio season. I am filming this at the beginning of Scorpio season. We have Sea Serpent and Vulture. Oh gosh. Somebody is stuck in a cycle, and Vulture is kind of like, I think of vultures in a positive way. I see them a lot where I live, actually. I feel like they've become a spirit animal to me. They clean up the messes. They clean up, they eat the roadkill and they take them off the roads. But they're scary. I'm thinking of this as like, I'm thinking of like a law enforcement, like we fear them because we don't want to be in trouble, but at the same time they do keep the streets safe, or at least in some places in the world they do. It all depends, because I've seen some law enforcements be corrupt all over the world. This isn't specific to any particular country. I just, somebody here, you both don't trust each other. That's all I'm going to say. You both don't trust each other for whatever reason. And specifically, person B has seen this story before, has seen the cycle. The sea serpent is kind of like, I wonder if person B is the one who's afraid of being caught. Or there's tension here. Let me get more cards. Oh, back of the deck we have the dolphin, which is a completely different animal, because the dolphins are very playful, and I feel like you used to have fun with this person, and now it's like you both have brought out, I don't want to say an ugliness to you, but you both have like you have your claws out, you have your pincers out. It's like, if I have to get ugly, I will. And I feel like you both have this mentality for whatever reason. Pile 1. I'm sorry that you've had this with this person, but like I said, your souls are kind of bringing you together for a reason. Let's get... Okay, this one wanted to come out. Wiccan. Self-control, never heard of it. Yeah, that's not surprising. And then for person B, Mystique. What you see is never what you get. I'm going to get all of back of the deck, Scarlet Witch, Explore Beyond the Veil. Let me get your... I was originally going to do the goddesses, but I was being told to do the gods and titans, because there's a lot of masculine energy here. This could be my pile of people, like this might be a guy asking about a guy, regardless of your orientation, or you could be a woman in her masculine asking about somebody else in their masculine energy. Again, regardless of their gender here, because there's a little bit of animosity, I'm not gonna lie. So person A, we have Nuada, perfection. There's perfectionist tendencies that are at play here. And person B, Jesus, support. Okay, I see what this is. Back of the deck, Helios, cycles. I'm not surprised. Because I was listening to the radio, I was listening to YouTube music, and Post Malone's Circles came up out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere. I don't know why the algorithm made me think that I needed to listen to that, but it popped out. So the song is Run Away, But We're Running in Circles. You and this person are trying to get to an understanding is what I'm seeing. So this is why I feel this conversation had to happen. It could be that I do feel this being like either a phone call, video chat, or something in text message. If not, it will feel like you're not focusing on what you are doing. What's going to be important is the conversation you have between you and this person. I feel like there's something about a soul calling to this conversation. So I'm not sure who reaches out first, because I see neither of you willing to reach out initially. Because you both have your defenses up, but somebody here wants to clear the air is what I'm feeling. Or somebody here, whoever is more intuitive, kind of is done with this tension. And it's like, especially if you have to see each other on a regular basis, you don't want that getting in the way, or you don't want that bogging you down. So this would be somebody you work with or you see regularly. You might live with this person. You might see them in the neighborhood. This could be a friend of a friend, or for some of you, a co-parenting situation. Let's start with person A. So person A, very scorpionic vibes. This person is not afraid of, they very much believe in an eye for an eye. Like they would be that kind of person. I'm not sure how healthy that is, or if this is just something they are adopting within this particular dynamic. With Wiccan, they have no self-control. Or they don't they don't care for self-control. They just kind of want to do whatever is going on due to perfection. Because perfection makes me think that this person, they will do anything at any cost to be or appear perfect, or to reach a level of perfectionism. I feel like perfectionism, though, is very subjective, and this person feels like there is one type of ideal, and it has been heavily influenced by the people around them, by their upbringing, by whatever societal standard they feel the need to live up to. This is what this is how they are. And I don't know what that has to do with you, but maybe this is something that, it's kind of like if you're in conflict with them, they don't want to appear like the loser or the one who is the villain, the aggressor. They would rather remain neutral. But like I said, you feel the tension, and it's like you can't help but be I'm feeling awkward. Maybe this person just perceives it as awkward. You can't help but be a weird way when you get around them or when you get around each other. Now, the vulture, sea serpent person, they have many masks because Mystique makes me think that they are able to blend into anything or be whatever it is that somebody needs them to be. And I feel like person B has actually really tried to be something here to this person or to make things work out. With Jizo's support, I feel like person B is willing to not appease person A, but to work with them and to break this cycle, because we have the sea serpent on their side, or to maybe they're trying to get person A's attention so that they can figure something out. Because like I said, vulture energy is very, they want to get things done, they want to clean things up, they don't want to leave, you know, the roadkill on the road. They're like, okay, we need to get this off so that we can clear the roads for people to drive smoothly. And yet person A is over here kind of just looking out for themselves, a little bit defensive. This perfectionism makes them a little dangerous, because when people feel like their perfect exteriors have been shattered, they get defensive. So this is what I'm feeling for you, pile 1. I do want to get let's get some emotion cards, because I just want to see where you are both at and where you both are at in terms of your emotions, because this is telling me like how you appear to each other, but nothing below the surface just yet. And we do have explore beyond the veil. Like, you know that there is something going on. Both of you know that there is something deeper going on, and I feel like somebody here wants to figure that out. So person A, consciousness. Oh, not person A feeling guilty about something. Consciousness is a connection to source, or just being conscious of the things around them. I mean, it does come through with this perfectionist card, but it's kind of like they're feeling things where they don't want to feel, or they're aware of something that they don't want to be aware of. If they have any habits, like particular bad habits, they could be trying to numb that out. And by habits, I mean like substances that they do. Regardless of what it is, they could be trying to numb that out. And then person B, what's person B's emotion? What's going on? We have strength. Person B is trying to be a better person, trying to better the situation. Strength does make me think of strength and tarot, overcoming obstacles. So I feel like if anything, person B would be the one to initiate things here. But with what you see is never what you get, I feel like person B themselves doesn't know how to show up for this, or they don't know what they're going to encounter with person A. So it's kind of like they're aware that they're taking a bit of a gamble when it comes to the situation. Ooh, back of the deck, space. There has been space between you and this person. There's definitely been space. And I feel like it was space that you both decided to give each other. And I don't know, there's just a feeling of things not going right for whatever reason. And it makes me sad, because I feel like at one point you used to have a lot of fun. This little dolphin character, what does your soul say? The sacred mirroring. This could be a South Node connection where it was fated, but it was fated to resolve some conflict of a past life situation or a childhood situation. With the trust card, it's kind of like you want to be able to trust each other again. At the very least, if you can't be friends, if you can't have anything more, then at the very least you want to understand each other and trust each other again. But let's move on to the tarot, because I kind of want to see what's going to come of this. Because honestly, this might be a difficult conversation, or there's something that needs to be revealed. But with the sacred mirror, I feel like whatever you bring into this particular conversation or this outing next time you see them, because I doubt it's going to be in public. I doubt you will meet up in person. If anything, it might be a phone call, a text, a video chat, something like that. I don't see the perfectionist Scorpio person agreeing to see you in public. But let's start with the tarot. So I'm doing this A and B style as well. The top row will be you, pile 1. And then the bottom row is going to be them, because I kind of want to see how you will be, what you will bring up, like topics that are going to be important here. And same thing for them, how they're going to respond, or what actions to take in order to make this particular conversation transition smoothly. So pile 1. How are you feeling when you run into this person? What's going through your mind? What's your internal workings? We have the Eight of Wands. You're kind of in a hurry, or you're aware that there is not enough time. There's something about timing at play here. So it could be short and sweet, or this could end a lot sooner than you want it to. Whatever, however long this conversation is for you, it's not going to be enough. What's going on the outside? What are external circumstances for bringing you two together? We have the Hierophant, a karmic lesson, something that you need, again, learning. There's something that needs to be learned. Questions that you are asking. You could also be teaching this person something. Maybe, for example, if you work with this person, or if you know this person, if you share something in common, you may have to ask them certain questions, and there needs to be answered. Yeah, there's going to be answers. Like, these are going to be practical questions. So if you share kids, you might ask questions about the kids. If you used to live together, you might ask them questions about, you know, the place you used to share, the residence you used to share. There's a lot of clarity coming through in this particular pile. I will say that. So I feel like there is an intention, yeah, Two of Swords, to break the silence. There is an intention here, on at least on your part, to break the silence. We have the Four of Wands. You might bring up something of the past about how you used to have fun, because you miss that. I'll be honest, pile one. I feel like if you're honest with yourself, you miss that, and you wonder if they miss that too. We have the Five of Wands, because all that you ever do now is seem to argue or find reasons to not be happy together. I'm not sure. Yeah, for a lot of you, this feels like an ex, or it could be a former friend, someone you used to have fun with. Last card. Nine of Swords. Back of the deck. Seven of Swords. I feel like you will learn certain things that are not going to make you happy. Which, at the very least, if not that, then maybe you have heard things that aren't going to make you happy. Like maybe you're trying to clarify some bad news, or trying to find the silver lining here. Because like I said, there is a lack of trust here. The Seven of Swords makes me think of a deception or something in secret. Somebody trying to get away with something. Let's get your person. Like, I feel like you think that this person was trying to get away with something, or you caught them in like a fib, a lie, something. But let's get your person's perspective. And like I said earlier, if you feel the need to switch these around, like maybe you feel like this is your person and you are person B, you can do that. You can just take this as it resonates. Pile one, person B. We have the Page of Wands. Somebody's being immature here. Somebody's being immature, or internally they're just not there. Person B. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Look, this person, they really do value you, but the Four of Swords lets me know that right now is not the time. I feel like timing is going to be so important here, because like they have other things on their mind. The Four of Swords to me is not just meditation, but it's like the mind being elsewhere. This is the mind taking a break from whatever is going on at the moment, and this person's head is in another space. The Queen of Pentacles, though, they value stability, and I feel like at one point you gave them this. But there's something about the energy or the timing being very off for this particular situation. What else is going on for pile one, person B? We have, yeah, the Page of Swords reversed. They don't have the words. This person doesn't really know how to verbalize certain things that they feel, that they don't know how to communicate. I feel like with you, they actually communicate very well, but they're reverting back to this energy of not having the right words to say, not knowing how to say it. This person has some sort of trauma regarding communication and clarification. It's so odd because they're very much in their head, but they don't know how to verbalize the things that they think and feel. With you, it was different. So if you're wondering if they miss the communication, I feel like they do. They just don't, either they don't value it or they just have other things going on. We also have the Nine of Wands. So this person will let their defenses down for a moment with you. Because upright, it would be like, no, I don't want to. But for this moment, I feel like because they also kind of do miss the vulnerability that they shared with you. They miss it, but they don't value vulnerability. It's like, this is so weird. Like, I don't know if they're just saying this to make you feel this way, and but like they don't value it. Like they understand the importance of what is going on, but there's something about their soul where like I don't know if it's being consumed by some other ambition they may have, or if they just, it's like they're worried about the wrong thing. I'm trying to tap into their heart, and it feels empty, or it feels hollow. Um, and this is a result of years and years of not following their heart and following either the money, the prestige, that perfection, that false sense of perfection that this person has. My heart goes out to this person because it's a very sad life to live. Let's get more cards. This argumentative energy that we have here, what's going on with that? Judgment. Let's get another one. I will elaborate on that one in a moment. Of course, my throat does that. Knight of Pentacles. They're going to make a decision, and it's going to take a while. Like, you may ask them to make a decision, and it's going to take longer than you want. Back of the deck, the Empress. At one point, they really adored you, and now they don't. Because this judgment makes me think that if what I'm hearing and seeing is that if you're going to if there's going to be nothing but arguments, they don't want to have anything to do with you. I feel like they, and this is fair. I don't think it's anything against you. I just feel like they don't have time for anything that's going to bring them down right now, and that's fair because they have a lot going on. It's kind of like they wish they could tell you that, you know, that things will be fine, but the most they can offer you right now is give me time. It's like they can't give you an answer. All they can do is shut this down, but they don't want that either. Back of the deck, we have the Empress reversed. It's like at one point, especially if this is like a romantic connection, at one point you could have been their Empress, but they don't have time for that right now. I do see them seeing you in a positive light, but they can't express that, show that, or that's not important to them right now. I feel like they don't want to hurt you. I'll be honest, they don't want to hurt you. This is why they have a hard time saying or expressing anything. They've never had to fight for anything in their life. This is like, they don't value what they had with you in terms of either friendship, a connection, whatever this may be. And I feel like that's why you don't understand this. This person, they could be a little bit immature, or maybe even younger. Maybe they're just new at this. They don't know how to value what they have with you because it showed up at the wrong time. Yeah. I want to get some runes to see what the subject matter may be. I just feel like it's clarification. I feel like you're trying to get to know something about this person, or you're wanting to clarify something, and this person doesn't know how. I feel like they do want to keep you in their life because we have a lot of pentacles here. We have the Queen and the Knight of Pentacles, but the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving and he wants to be there for his queen. I mean, look how far apart these two are. If you want anything concrete or solid from this person, it won't be for a while. So next time you see them, it's going to be slow going. It wouldn't surprise me if you didn't really get anywhere with that conversation either. This person has some sort of trauma with finality as well, which is kind of odd. Okay, so your runes, we have, I just grabbed these and chose them at random. We have Isa, a standstill. Yeah, like I said, you're not really close with this person anymore. We have Jira, which is success. Success is important. Hagalos, disruption, and fertility. So somebody here is trying to create something and make a success out of it, but they feel that you would be nothing but a blockage here, or the other way around. I feel like this person doesn't know how to balance two things at once. Like, you know how some people, they can have a family and a career. This person doesn't believe they can have that. They have to either make the career first and then the family, or the family then the career. And more likely than not, this person probably cares more about the career than the family right now. If not family, then a life with somebody that they love. This person, they just don't see it that way. And I know what you're saying. It's like, well, you can have both. And I agree with you. But this person's mindset is so set on something else. They don't see that right now. And it's not just you. It's with anybody that would come into their life. Because this fertility stone makes me think of children. like a pregnancy scare or pregnancy not being the right time. Like pregnancy would be a disruption and success would be stopped if they had anything to do with you, which is so stupid. I feel like, and I don't know or think you could get them to see that point of view. This person's very stubborn. All this Pentacles energy on their side, they are, they could have a lot of earth energy, or they could just have that stubborn earth energy. And then on your side, we have a lot of wands. So you're definitely the initiator of everything in this connection. Fire energy for sure. So you could have fire placements that are important. I want to get more cards. I want to see if you can, like, what can you say in order to get something fruitful out of this conversation or the next time you see them. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, pile 1. We have the Eight of Swords, the Moon, and Temperance. Take everything with time. Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment, but it's kind of like you lost that wish fulfillment, or they lost the wish fulfillment. Eight of Swords reversed. I'm honestly hearing to stop. I don't know if you're projecting onto them or if this is just some sort of, there's something here where you're not seeing things clearly. So it's time to take off the rose-colored glasses, and the Moon is things being revealed. I do feel secrets will be revealed, or once you learn the truth, you won't care about this anymore. Once you learn the truth, the spell will be broken. Once you know the truth, you're going to understand that it's better to move on, because this is getting in the way of your healing journey. So with that being said, let's move on to the closing advice about this next time that you see them, pile 1. And I want to thank you for allowing me to read for you. And I know this reading probably isn't what you want to hear, but it's good to go in prepared. It's good to go in knowing what's going to come out of this as opposed to going in blind. So for your closing messages, we're using the Cupid Says Oracle cards for my pile 1. I keep hearing, I know what you're doing here. Somebody here knows. I just want to know why. Yeah, somebody here wants clarity. More likely you. Perhaps. We have let's go on an adventure. Deja vu. Has this happened before? Yeah. That's that south node. I feel like you've gone through this before and there's some cycle here. It could be a cycle with this person. Maybe this is just how they become. The adventure, though, makes me wonder if you just, like, somebody here wants to give it another shot, another go. And I do. Yeah, I guess confirmation about that. Back of the deck, I want you. It's kind of weird. It's like the wanting, but also understanding that it's either not the right time or that things will take a long time before they progress. And in the meantime, I'm hearing don't wait for this person. Just do you. Let's get more cards. These are the tea leaves. You could be going on an adventure. Maybe you plan an adventure for the next time you see them, even though it feels like this particular conversation has a sense of finality to it. I feel like that it actually isn't. We have Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Somebody's going up in rank is what I'm hearing, whatever that may mean to you. Because it could literally be like online. Somebody goes up in rankings and like I'm seeing a video game for some reason. Or it could be at work if either of you have a specific position at work where you go up. We have Throne. Wow. Position of authority. Yeah, what is this? Rose. Romance is in the air. I wonder if somebody gets into a connection with someone and it makes them go up in rank somehow. Like, I know that sounds weird, but that's what I'm seeing, hearing. Somebody views it that way. We have Hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah. fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. Somebody here could be like a blonde woman, but even then I'm seeing somebody with like, whoever is the feminine here has blonde hair or lighter hair, which I know seems weird. I don't think it necessarily has to be a woman. But fair woman also makes me think of somebody who is very fair, somebody who's very just. And this could be part of the reason why they go up in ranking, because they have a good sense of morals, or they're very trustworthy here. I feel like this would be you, pile 1. Back of the deck, we have hat. You will be playing a different role. I feel like you will be playing different roles with this person at some point in the future or near future. And that could be part of the reason why this conversation comes along. It's just so interesting how after this conversation or short after, some of you could avoid this entire thing. Like maybe you decide never to talk to this person as a result of this particular reading. But I do see things changing between you and this person very drastically. So take that as it resonates, but this is where I leave it, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the Valentino, Donna Born in Roma choral fantasy, then we have a reading here for you about the next time you see your person. So, full disclosure, I was editing the video for this, and I was trying to put it together and realized that pile 2 was, it was missing, and I didn't have a backup for it. I completely erased it. So if the background looks different, if the setup looks different, it's because I am literally recording this like way after I recorded the original reading, which may or may not be a good thing, I guess, depending on how that pile went. I don't think I remember anything about it. So we're coming in fresh. For some of you, this next meeting, if it's an intentional meeting, it could be a do-over. It could be, maybe there's something here about false starts or a second chance, or things never really getting off the ground, depending on the situation. But there's something here about, yeah, it's an interesting situation. It could also be during Mercury retrograde. So maybe there's going to be like some communication challenges or mix-ups, something along those lines, which we are coming upon the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius as I record this, which is very interesting. So yeah, pile 2, let's see what's going to go on next time you see them. And this is A and B style, so we're going to start with connecting energies to see what it is that is bringing you together, why you're seeing them, whether it's intentional or non-intentional. Next time you see your person, we have the South Node. Remember, reconsider. Now is not the time to, it's interesting. With Remember, Reconsider, and even South Node being a card of past situations, or even like, I don't want to say karmic, but it could be like a past life situation for some of you. This is something about the past is bringing you two together, or something that wasn't quite finished out. This would be very Mercury retrograde energy as well, because retrograde it means to go backwards, and even though the planets aren't necessarily going backwards, it's like you're revising something, or you're going back over a situation that either never fully closed, or maybe you're opening the case back up, whatever this may be. And these can be platonic or romantic, by the way, though most of them do lean romantic. What cards am I? Sorry, I'm trying to remember which one's the middle cards. Okay, the Sacred Creators. Let's do that one for connecting energies. I had to pull all the cards back because I was like, what's in it? I did this, oh my god, so long ago. So, from the Sacred Creators cards, we have balance. Okay, so you're trying to right a wrong or bring balance to something, or maybe something about fairness here as well. Like somebody feels that they were not completely, I almost said honest with you, that they were not completely honest with you, or they were not completely fair to you. Somebody definitely feels guilt though. I'm getting like a sense of guilt, or coming to the light, something along those lines. Oh, okay, this one fell out. I'll just take it. Mandrake, something deep as well, something in the roots. I'm getting something about, this goes deeper than you thought, or maybe somebody is finally getting to the root of something, or they could want to get to the root of something here. Very interesting. I feel like you thought this was either not a big deal, or that it was over, or that maybe something about not reading it correctly. Somebody wasn't reading something correctly, or because the Mandrake makes me think of a root cause of something, or getting to the true meaning of something. Even, yeah, because with the Mandrake, it's the roots that are more more interesting than the actual plant itself. They're very human-like. This is somebody who doesn't, like somebody here doesn't share their inner thoughts very easily, that's for sure. It might be you, pile 2, but more than likely it's your person, because, well, it could be the both of you. We have trust. It has something to do with trust. I want to say there were other piles that had this as well. Maybe I'm thinking of a different reading altogether. But there's something trustworthy about this connection, or somebody here really trusts somebody, and this is why they're opening up to them. There's something here about, sorry if it's not been focused. Yeah, refocusing on something, balancing things out, getting to the root of something. And this might likely be an issue from the past or a person from the past. But I feel like we're talking about the past in general. Let's go ahead and get your individual cards. And you can choose to be whomever you want, either person A or person B. I'll leave that up to your discretion. And if you see parts of yourself in both piles, both sections, then of course you can take that if it resonates. Same thing with your person. It is very common for people to mirror things within each other. And if this isn't vibing with you, then we do have 4 other piles for you to choose from. Person A, we've got Dr. Octopus. Being right never feels wrong. Being right never feels wrong. Person A, I'm not saying they're the kind of person to say I told you so, but I feel like person A may have been the one who warned them about this or felt that they were right about something. Because Doc Ock gives me like they know better, or they're a little bit more experienced somehow, because he was a mentor to Peter, Spider-Man, before they became enemies, or before, you know, whatever happened. Was it Spider-Man 2 that he was in? Oh, or was it 3? I want to say it was 2. Something about 2s is important here. We also have Squirrel Girl. When the wilderness calls, I listen. So person B could be like a nature person. I feel like they might like to be outside. If not, when the wilderness calls makes me think that they had this inner instinct to come through or to come forward to person A about something. And this is a person, like I said, who doesn't typically do this. I don't think that they typically show a lot of their inner workings, or they're not usually vulnerable with people. In the Marvel Tarot, which I do have, but I'm not using in this reading, Squirrel Girl is the Queen of Cups, which makes me think of emotional nurturing. So I feel like this is what either person B is seeking out, or something that they themselves do very easily. Again, you can take this as either or. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards, though. Sorry if I'm taking a moment. I need to remember what cards I'm using. Person A, we're going to get a Prism Oracle card. What feelings or emotions are involved here for person A? We have passion. This could have something to do with a creative project, like being passionate about something or something. Person A feels very intensely. Whatever it is that they feel, they're a very intense person. I'm getting strong Scorpio energy, though they do not have to be that. They could just have like an intense personality, or maybe they feel this way about person B. Like, I feel like person A is a very passionate person in general. And when it comes to person B, I'm sorry for the background noise. They are obnoxious today. But with person B, it's almost like person A wants to fiercely defend them, because I'm kind of getting that. And then person B, what's going on with them emotionally? We have flow. Person B is very good with the flow. I feel like person B doesn't... It's odd that I'm getting such emotional cards for person B. I feel like person B is either very in their feelings about this, or there's something that they've been needing to get off their chest. There's something here that they want to air out to person A. And it's very interesting because this almost makes me think of fire and water. So there could be this dynamic between the both of you where one is more like fire, one is more like water. One is very passionate and the other one is very in their feelings about this. Person B being a very soft and sweet creature, that's for sure. They're very in their feelings, and I don't think they're very vulnerable with a lot of people, even though they have this look of vulnerability to them, or maybe they do steep in their emotions for a bit. I don't think they share this with everybody. That inner world that they have is not something that they feel they need to express to everyone. It takes a special person for them to open up to, and or yeah, let's get more cards here. Person A, your animal card. We have the buffalo. I was actually getting strong Taurus energy because I know I said Scorpio, but sometimes opposite signs can be very similar in a weird paradoxical way. So person A could be a Taurus, and Tauruses can be intense. I know I am one, and I've been, well, first of all, people think I'm a Scorpio all the time. I give Scorpio vibes, especially in person. I think in my videos I adjust to a certain persona because I want to be able to read tarot in a certain way. But there is this intensity to person A. Also, person A is a person all unto themselves. They're very independent, because this buffalo energy makes me think that they don't really need anything. They will withstand the test of time. Buffaloes are interesting because I want to say they were an animal that were almost on the brink of extinction and came back. So person A is not somebody to really be messed with, regardless of how they look like, regardless of how they are. They literally, they are just a powerhouse. They're very smart, very intelligent, very passionate, but they're also very capable of withstanding so much. They put up with so much. Have you ever seen, well, maybe it's not something you want to see, but I used to watch, the Animal Planet channel or whatever, one of those nature documentaries, and the way wolves hunt down buffalo, it takes like a whole pack of wolves to bring down one, a baby one. I mean, sorry for the awful imagery, but like it takes some, like, person A is just a powerhouse. Nothing can bring person A down. And yet, with person B, let's get their animal card. There's also a very grounding presence to person A. With person B, we have hyena. Yeah, person B is typically very happy-go-lucky. And hyena makes me think of somebody who tends to laugh things off, or makes like everything's not a big deal, something like, I'm getting Sagittarius vibes from them. Like, even if things are going rough, they still manage to laugh about something, or, they could be going through the worst traumatic situation and you would never guess it because they're still just joking around with their friends, on the weekends at work or wherever. Like, you would never think that what's going on in person B's life is going on because they're so good at masking it. Even though the hyena is not a raccoon, it makes me think of a raccoon here because of how they're just able to like go with the flow, roll with the punches, just keep moving. It's kind of like they think if they keep moving, they can outrun something. But I feel like they've finally stopped running, or there's something here about, again, the roots of it. I really do feel it's person B coming to person A, even though it would seem it would be person A with this intensity that has an issue. I think person A knows how to withstand issues, and again, the groundedness with the buffalo, person A knows how to handle this. So it makes sense that person B would go to person A about this. Person B does give me youthful vibes, by the way, just with the hyena and the squirrel girl. And then let's get I'm using gods and goddess cards here. Not to put one person or the other in masculine and feminine energy. I just kind of want to do counterpart energy to see how these two people like play out. Like who they are in each other's lives. I could easily see this being either romantic or platonic right now, for sure. Because passion doesn't necessarily have to mean, the 18 plus kind. It could also just be somebody that, again, person A is fiercely protective of person B. And that may or may not be necessarily romantic, Because I could see a friend and a friend here. But let's go ahead and I'm going to give the goddess card to person B. Because right now they're giving me feminine energy. You have Mott, justice. This could have something to do with something, maybe with the legal system. This could have something to do with an injustice. Again, we have balance here. They're both trying to find balance in a situation that is unbalanced. It could have something to do with somebody else. Also a sense of fairness. Like I said, it could be that person B feels that they have not done person A any justice here. Something about the past. We have hypno sleep. And I know this came out in another pile. I just forget which one because hypnosis has been coming out a lot. So person A may have been dreaming about this a lot, whatever the situation is. And it could be that person A may have been dreaming about certain situations that have nothing to do with them. And now they will realize why, especially if it's like a recurring theme within these dreams, or if it's a recurring situation or a recurring person. You know, sometimes that happens where you have certain dreams about certain places, situations, things, and you just wonder to yourself, oh, why am I dreaming that? That has nothing to do with me. And then someone will come through, in this case, person B, and explain this to person A, and person A will be like, oh, that explains a lot, because that's not my lifestyle, but that definitely seems like your situation. So I feel like next time you see this person, you will both be, it's going to be unexpected, that's for sure. Or it's going to be, it feels very comfortable, this energy. This could be a friend. It's definitely, person B is definitely younger, or at least less experienced here. Because I'm getting the sense that person B needs somebody that they really trust, and somebody who will be non-judgmental, which is odd because honestly, Doc Ock energy gives me a little bit judgmental. But I'm literally being shown the mentorship between Doc Ock and Peter before they become enemies. Like, Peter Parker really looked up to him, and Doc Ock was just, you know, very happy to have Peter as his pupil, I guess, you know, somebody that he was willing to, like, there was a good bond there before they became enemies. Or and they don't, I'm sorry again, these machines are very loud. Sorry, whatever they're driving outside, they're very loud. But it's like there was a disruption here, and we're talking about the past. And at one point, these two were really good friends. At one point, they were actually, like, they respected each other, and then something drifted them apart, or, you know, they didn't really know who each other was either. Like, I don't think it's revealed until the end, or whatever the situation was. I haven't seen either movies. I haven't seen any reiteration of this particular mythos of the Marvel universe, of course, but you know how the story goes. If you know, you know. I'm just telling you the basic version because there's retellings of these stories a lot. But yeah, and I do get the feeling person B is going to confide something in person A, and person A, because they're very passionate, because they're very stable, they're going to have at the very least the energy that person B needs at the time that person A and them meet. And why this is, again, I don't know if this is, I feel like it has to be scheduled. I wouldn't feel like this is something you would just talk to somebody about, like, on the fly. You know, you're not just going to run into them and start pouring your heart out about something. Or I feel like it's either going to be like a phone call, video call, something where you take the time out to listen to each other and speak to each other. There has to be that. With Mott, justice, somebody needs help here for sure. Somebody needs help with this balance. And then hypnos. Person A has been getting information about this in their sleep. And I know that's a weird thing if person A doesn't resonate with this. Another way I could see this is that person A has been asleep on this particular subject. Like, maybe it went over their head, or they were not paying attention. This is not something person A went out of their way to figure out. I'm thinking like of a sleeper theme, or something that is a sleeper. But they could have intuitively been getting messages in their sleep about it. So take whichever resonates. Regardless, there is trust between the both of you. There's a reason person B came to person A, even though person B doesn't typically talk about these things. I think they're just in a weird mind space. So let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. If this sounds like you and your person, if this sounds like a situation that would be between you and your person, if you resonated with either of those people, let's go ahead and get the tarot. So we're going to use 2 tarot decks. This is still going to be person A and B style. The top row I am intending to be you pile 2, and the bottom row I'm intending to be your person. So regardless of who it is, person A or person B, sometimes I can tell just because of the energy, and sometimes they flip flop. So you will know. But for the purposes of, I guess I should just go on and say person A and B, right? Like, I'm trying not to confuse you, but you will know. Okay, cards. First, I'll be honest, I'm a little annoyed that I had to redo this reading, because I know for a fact that this is going to be very different from my original reading. But hopefully the intro, because that was already recorded as well, doesn't give anything away. Also, Valentino, because I didn't talk about this. This is actually one of my first perfumes that got me into fancy perfumes in general, and it's People love it. It's a very summery scent. They say it smells like grapefruit, but to me, it just smells like orangey, citrusy. The Valentino, Bonbon, and Roma series they're all really good. Like, I love all the fragrances, but this was just the one that was gifted to me. It's not the original. It's Coral Fantasy. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's not my favorite, but I do love it. Okay, so pile 2. We've got the Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, like I said, somebody here, this person doesn't reveal their emotions very readily or very easily. We have the Two of Coins. Again, balance. Somebody really needs help with setting things in balance. Ace of Wands. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to get started. They have Seven of Wands, but they've been working on this for some time. And the Moon. There is a secret that needs to be revealed. I feel like whoever person A is, the more they share, the better the advice will be, the better things will be. But I feel like they really have to open up emotionally. It's one of those cases where somebody here can't be helped if they don't open up, or if they're not willing to say everything. It's not a matter of needing to be nosy. It's not a matter of, somebody just needing to know everything. It's a matter of the more you explain, the better the help can be for you. It's like when you go to a doctor and you might be ashamed of saying some of the things that you need to tell a doctor. But if you don't tell them everything, they can't help you. They can't help diagnose you or whatever the situation is. It's one of those cases. And of course, there's doctor-patient confidentiality. But I think the same thing goes here. I think that's why there has to be a lot of trust between the both of you. Let's get one more card for person A. We have the Three of Cups. So yeah, there's a sense of friendship here. I feel like the connection will go a lot more smoothly after this. It's kind of like I'm being shown Animal Crossing, or the more you talk to your villagers, the more warm they are to you, the more they open up to you and give you random stuff as you walk by. That's what I'm getting. I feel like, and this is how any connection is nurtured, really. I feel like after this, things will be better. They'll be able to celebrate together. They'll be able to have fun. The connection will be deeper and better in general. Back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. But there might be times when they still don't talk to each other. And if so, I feel like it's to give each other space for healing. Yeah, to give each other space for healing. But I do see this overall being good. It's going to be very cathartic for the person who needs to release the emotion. Let's go ahead and get the cards on person B. I think I was a little bit more specific in the other piles. Again, pile 2. I apologize. But if you need more confirmation from other piles, do feel free to do so, to go there. So person B, what's going on with them? How are they going to react to this? We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Needing to set things in balance. We have this is the Ten of Wands. This is relieving some sort of feeling, and I feel like person B might be the healer in this context. We have the Page of Swords, and they may not even have a lot of words for this, but just being there really helps. Person B doesn't have to do much except be a sympathetic ear in this situation. Ace of Wands reversed. It could be one of those situations where neither of you knows what to do, where neither of you is just like, well, where do we go from here? But I don't think the situation requires either of you doing anything. Sometimes just having a sympathetic ear really helps. Sometimes just being there for somebody, quite literally being an active listener, just sitting there and listening to somebody does help. So I feel like this is actually going to be good for both of you, because one of you here needed to learn how to listen to people, and somebody here needed to learn how to open up emotionally. We also have the High Priestess. Yeah, person B here is very intuitive. And it wouldn't surprise me that if after this conversation or after this meeting, person B would get like an intuitive nudge or intuitive advice for person A. It could also just be that person B is already intuitive and person A knows this, but regardless, I feel like there's going to be a lot of advice here. We also have Five of Cups reversed, which is interesting. It's like giving person A a different perspective of learning how to, in fact, I'm going to read the words here because this actually makes sense. We have moving on, self-forgiveness, hope returns, recovery, overcoming grief and negativity, acceptance, finding peace and contentment. It's like just being there allows person A to process what they're going through and opens up the heart space all because person B held the space for them. And sometimes this is all you need. I don't feel like this is going to be anything difficult. Maybe the subject matter might be difficult. Maybe it's going to be something difficult for person A to get off their chest, or for somebody here to even listen to some of this, because I feel like depending on the situation, depending on what's going on here, I'm not really getting too deep into it because it's going to be different for everybody. And of course, out of respect for whoever it is that is opening up here, it's their job to tell you what's going on. It's not mine. It's not some third party on YouTube in a tarot reading. It's for them to learn how to communicate and how to open up and how to express their emotions, their feelings, or at the very least what is going on with them. Because the Two of Swords lets me know that person A, they typically don't do this. They typically don't express their emotions, and they have to learn how to do so because it's healthy for them. Because how are they going to get the help they need? Again, if they don't say anything. Back of the deck, we have Judgment. I do feel person B, though, is going to be... Look, person B, without doing much, is just such a helpful presence with their intuition. But Judgment lets me know that they're going to have, like, not a final say, but they're going to have some pivotal advice for person A that like is really going to change them, or at least pivotal advice, or maybe like a word of caution or something here that is really going to shift the way person A is. And it really goes to show you what the power of just having somebody there for you, believe in you, or support you really does here. Like I said, this connection could be either platonic. It could be, I could definitely see this being familial. It could even be romantic if it's with a partner that you've been with a long time, or something along those lines. But I feel like you're both going to be in the same boat where one of you understands that things need to change and the other one might be resistant to it. You both may not know exactly what to do, but person B is going to get they're going to have the right words to say at the right time. It's not something you can really prepare for. When I see the High Priestess, I'm thinking of channeling sometimes, where you say exactly what somebody needs to hear when they need to hear it, regardless of whether you think it's something important or not, regardless of whether you think it's anything, profound or not. Sometimes people just need to hear the right thing at the right time. And that really shifts them. I mean, I get that on my channel all the time. I think I'm just spewing, whatever. But then somebody will tell me that something that I said really hit them, that it really hit them to their heart. And I was like, okay, that's a good thing. Because sometimes I feel like, I don't know if what I'm saying or if what I'm doing is helping anybody. But just saying the things that somebody needs to hear at the right time can do wonders for people here. And I feel like this is what this meeting is meant to be about. It's very healing, very cathartic, and something that has been needed. Because I feel like person A really needed to have some fun or needed to be around friends. Again, this could be friends. It could be if it is at like a bigger gathering or a bigger party or something like that. The holidays are coming up. It could be during the holidays of all things. They could decide to step aside with this person and maybe just have a heart-to-heart, in the middle of everything that is going on. It could even be during like a vacation where everybody, or not a vacation, a trip where like everybody that they know is meeting up with each other. So again, I don't know what the subject matter is, but it's been weighing really heavily on person A's mind. With Seven of Wands here, they're taking accountability for where they have lacked. That's for sure. I do feel that's going to be a theme here. They're taking accountability, at the very least, with expressing themselves here, where in the past they may have not wanted to before. But yeah, I love this energy. It's very soothing. It's very comforting. Beautiful energy. Let's go ahead and move on to the last portion of your reading, which is channeled messages from your person. And we're using the Cupid Says Oracle as well as tea leaves to give us maybe more insight into something here. You know what song I'm hearing? What is it? Total Eclipse of the Heart, Turn Around, Bright Eyes. Every time I get a little bit lonely and something that you're never coming around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Yeah, something about that. I don't know. And I need you more tonight, and I need you more than ever. If you'll only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Somebody here is like helping somebody out. I'm going to start with a tea leaf because I kind of want to know what's going on here to provide any more depth into that. We've got lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. So somebody here could be really angry, or somebody here is going to have the patience for the potential of somebody being very angry. Take that as it resonates. I don't see a lashing out. I just do see that your words could get you carried away, or you might say something you regret. It's like somebody here needs the patience to hear somebody out. I feel like whoever's listening, they might get a little angry. So make sure, again, somebody here needs to be a very sympathetic ear. We have coins. Money will be coming to you. Okay, I feel like that's just out of nowhere. For those of you who needed that confirmation that money's coming through. We have broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. We have June. I'm going to set the coins over here. This could have something to do with a breakup. That would make sense. And if this is like an ex trying to come back to you, you might be angry. Like that is very relatable. Like I understand why an ex, confessing something to you, you might get angry about it. So again, watch your anger, be patient, hear them out, I guess, if you want to. I feel like you will. June could be an important month. This could be when it happens, or something that happened in June could be of importance as well. Somebody could have been born in June, or somebody could be named June. We have Harp, great happiness. We have Dusk, pay attention to your work. And two more. Pin, new career job. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Okay, so several things, and these are kind of a little bit all over the place. With Dragon, self-delusion, I feel like somebody here truly believed something was going to happen and it never did. So that's what I'm seeing for the self-delusion. It could also be that somebody here is a little bit basically, don't get carried away with certain things about the situation. You have to take it at face value, because with lightning and broken rings, it could have something to do with a breakup. June is the time frame. Harp, great happiness. I feel like some of you are getting a new job, a new career, and this is going to come with the money. So that's like its own thing. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with this particular situation. But with great happiness and beware of self-delusion, I just keep seeing like, especially if this has to do more with the relationship, like some of you thought that this would be a thing. Oh, it also says business. It could be a former business partner. Some of you thought that this would be something great and it ended up not happening. And maybe there was some sort of self-delusion there. Or maybe the person you're speaking to has some sort of self-delusion. Regardless, I do feel like you're going to have to watch your anger. You're going to have to watch your emotions. Even though you may or may not be the one doing the confessing here, I feel like it's going to be easy for things to blow out of proportion. Interesting. Not in a... Yeah, just be careful, pile 2. Don't say anything you would regret. Same thing with this person. I'm being told to take it as if it's the last time you're going to speak to them. Because for some of you, it might be if you part ways for sure. If you decide to go on to new things like a new job or a new career, or to pay attention to your work. Something along those lines. Back of the deck, we have Ant, work, achievement, and success. Yeah. A lot of you, you're just focusing on your work. You're focusing on your success and your happiness. This could even be a bit of a warning to not let yourself be deluded by some of the things this person might say that are, if they're trying to get you to do something else. But I do feel that there's a lot of honesty coming through from this person. Let's go ahead and get the Cupid Says oracles, and then we'll finish off with the runes. For my pile 2, I want you. Yeah, somebody here really wants to speak with you, or somebody here, like I said, and I need you here tonight. Love always wins. I trust you. Yeah, there's a lot of trust here. This person really trusts you. I really do feel it's them trusting you, though. I need to, because you may not trust them, but they trust you. Don't give up on us. And perhaps. So there is a feeling, if this is more romantic, that somebody here might want to not give up on something. Like they may want to work more for it. With perhaps somebody here is wavering, or they may not want to fully believe it, or they may need to take some time with it. Back of the deck. Heal yourself first. Yeah, somebody here needs healing. This could be you, this could be your person, it could be both of you. There's definitely a need for healing here. If it's more platonic with I want you, just means that this person would rather seek you out than anybody else because they trust you. Like don't give up on us, and perhaps I feel like they don't want to give up on something. I feel like they're trying to strive for something here that they may not want to give up on, and this is why they come to you, because they really need that advice from you, because you're wiser, or you just know more, or you might be intuitive yourself. And now I want to do the runes, so I'll just get them from my box. Okay, we've got 4. We have, oh, okay, this is Ingus, which is fertility. No, wait, is it? Am I thinking? I'm thinking of, no, this is Othila. Okay, cool. Which is prosperity. So yeah, there's going to be prosperity and money here for somebody. We have Fehu, which is abundance. Yeah. This is going to go over here. Somebody could be seeking career advice as well. That would make sense. This would be odd if it was like, if it is romantic, it could be an ex seeking career advice, which, you know, that's actually pretty common if you met your if you meet your partners in like the same field, or if you work in the same thing. That wouldn't surprise me. We have Algis, which is friendship. There is at very least a friendship here. Regardless of this connection, there's definitely a friendship. Even if it's family, like this would be that sibling or cousin or whomever that you would be friends with, even if you weren't family. And then we have Thorisas, you're very protected. You're very protected in every way, shape, and form. But this is where I leave it, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose Angel Elixir by Mugler, then we have a reading here for you about the next time you see this person, what's going to happen. So first of all, love this bottle. I mean, as a person who was a gamer for like most of her youth, this is like appeasing the nerd in me, this little jewel. But I'm also getting very, very strong vibes in this pile of romance, because I have nothing but romance songs stuck in my head. I mean, you can continue with this pile if you're still thinking of somebody more platonic, but there is a strong romance vibe here. Specifically, I'm thinking of purity, because this particular scent, it smells like it's a little bit, there's definitely jasmine in it. I smell that right away, but there's also like a woodsy note to it. Like I smell ylang, and I don't know, but there's something like floral and woody at the same time. And I see those two particular scents as like a beautiful blend of masculine and feminine. So I do feel there is like a coming together of two people who really, either they're new to each other or they haven't seen each other in a long time. There is a purity to this connection. It feels like either a first date or like you're doing something for the first time here. However you want to take that, pile 3. But let's go ahead and start with your connecting energies. What is bringing you both together? And I'm being told to start with the Creative Oracle, or the Sacred Creators Oracle. Yeah, I feel like you're both coming together to do something. There's like a reason. It could be a first date. It could be just hanging out. But I have several very lovey-dovey songs stuck in my head. One of them is, I don't know who originally wrote this song. It's an old song. I want to say it was a Mexican composer, but it's called Adoro. And Julieta Venegas does a beautiful version of this. And the song goes, I'm roughly translating here because it's in Spanish. I love the street in which we met, the night in which we got to know each other. It's just a song about loving every aspect of this particular connection or situation. We have the sacred flow of yes. Somebody said yes here and somebody got really excited. So, oh, this is so cute. Pile 3. This has to be like a first date, or you're hanging out with like a crush or something, or somebody that you like. If you're already in a connection with this person, I feel like, you know, it's giving that they're upping the romance somehow. We also have release. Oh, this is interesting. Because for some of you, like I said, you're letting go of, well, you haven't seen each other in a long time. And I feel like this is because you finally let go of either some grudge or some past situation. It's like you can finally breathe and you can have fun with this person again. Or you can, for some of you, you might be starting anew with this person. If that resonates, let's get your seed and sickle cards. This is giving me strong autumn vibes, so it could be during the fall season that you see this person as well. Okay, you got 2. We have Belladonna 20. Somebody here could be named Belladonna or Bella Ordana, one of those 2 names. And then we have Lavender. Oh, you know, it's funny because I'm using perfumes in this particular reading. I found out not too long ago that a lot of men's perfumes actually have lavender in them. Even not sure if you could tell or not, but most men's perfumes have lavender. And if this person is a man and they're wearing a perfume, or if they just happen to be wearing a men's cologne, I promise you there's lavender in it. That's why I'm thinking of that. But lavender also lets me know that there's a sense of calm here. So somebody here really likes to calm the other person, or it might just be very chill vibes. With belladonna though, which is interesting because if, correct me if I am wrong, I feel like belladonna is a poisonous flower, but I'm going to read from the book before I move forward, because I still need to pick one more card. But for my lovely pile 3, I'm getting femme fatale vibes almost. Belladonna is a card of I hate this word, I can never pronounce it. Inevitability and sacrifice. There is a conflict inside you, making it difficult to focus on the task at hand. The shears of Atropos, the Greek goddess of fate, who gives Atropa Belladonna its name, are snipping at the threads you've carefully put into place. Perhaps it is time to sit back and consider where things have become entangled. You may have to place some of your other projects aside to stop the main one from becoming completely knotted. Which is interesting. Like I said, you're letting go with the snipping of the threads. It's like you're letting go of certain stories between you and this person, and you're instead choosing to embrace something more gentle. I feel like for some of you, if this is a new person, you're releasing stories from your past or past relationships or some sort of baggage. You're leaving it back there and you're embracing somebody new. This would be like a date you go on to get, well, not to get over somebody, but it's like that first date you have with somebody that lets you know that you're finally over somebody that you thought you would never be over. But I don't feel like you're bringing that baggage here. And I feel like you're not really going to talk about that. This is more a you thing. It could be the other person as well, but honestly, I'm getting such a strong sense of you having moved on. Okay, I'm going to read from Lavender because something told me to read from it. Lavender is one of the scents that Cleopatra supposedly used to seduce Mark Antony. Oh, somebody here is planning. Somebody here has a plan of seduction. Whoever is wearing this lavender scent is the one planning the seduction. And it's still a popular perfume today. Presentation will get you everywhere. Whatever your current goal, take some extra time to put your best foot forward. A new wardrobe, a fresh fragrance, or painted nails. Even just brushing your hair and straightening your shoulders will make you feel like a whole new person. And the benefits will show almost immediately. Somebody here is pulling all the stops to look really good here. I don't know who it is. It could be either of you. It could be both of you. But it's funny that I was just talking about men's fragrance and this booklet actually says something about it. I've never read this passage before. This particular scent doesn't have lavender. But in fact, I don't typically wear perfumes with lavender in them, oddly enough. But like I said, a lot of men's perfumes do. And specifically because I was choosing between this and like a small bottle of, I think it's Versace Eros, because, oh my God, I love it. I love that scent. I know it's a men's perfume, but I want to wear it. Versace Eros. I don't know if it has lavender. So for those of you who want to go look at it on Fragrantica or something, I don't know, maybe somebody will wear that. But regardless, let's move on to, I know Yves Saint Laurent Libre has lavender. That's a women's perfume, even though to me it smells more masculine. But that does have lavender. But anyway. You could just wear lavender oil as well. So, but I kind of like that. Mark Antony and Cleopatra, an iconic couple. I love that for you, pile 3. Okay, we have in Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio vibes. And it's funny because I'm actually filming this during Scorpio. So for some of you, it could involve a Scorpio person, or this could be during Scorpio season. The extraordinary power of prayer, the highest and lowest aspects of, control the situation. Some of you manifested this person, or you manifested each other, or they could have manifested you. With highest and lowest aspects, if this person is somebody you already know, I feel like you have this tendency to be at odds with each other and then in complete unison. There could have been a game of cat and mouse, and it's like you're finally getting to go on a date. I don't know what it is with you and this person, but like, for some of you, it's a new person. For some of you, it's somebody from your past. And for some of you, this is like a new beginning with somebody that this third option is so weird. It's somebody that you never thought you would date, and you agreed to a date for some reason. I'm being shown that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where what's his name, Peralta, I forget what his first name is because that's all they call him, goes out with Amy, and it's supposed to be like a joke, or like somebody here lost a bet. Like it was supposed to be like a joke, but he ends up treating it like an actual date. Like he doesn't make fun of her. He doesn't take it as a joke. It's nothing crazy. He's genuinely, interested in her. He genuinely likes her. So he makes it a nice date. That's what I'm getting. That's why I get that sense of purity, or somebody's first something. Like somebody here really actually wants to impress somebody. I think you both do. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how person A and B are. You can decide to be whoever you want to be here per pile 3. I'm not gonna, set it out for you. I just feel like, yeah, let's see. Let's start with person A. We have Hawkeye, ready, steady, go. I was hearing Chappelle's Rowan's hot to go. HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. Somebody here really is really looking forward to this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if this is such a romantic pile, there's no way this is platonic in any way, shape, or form. If you were thinking of somebody platonic, please go to another pile. Like, this is definitely romantic, because somebody here is just ready for this, whatever it is. It would surprise me if there wasn't some sort of physical contact or something throughout this date or at the end of this date. And then for person B, we have Misty Night. Are you sure it's answers you want? Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody here is here for the fun, and somebody else here is going to have stimulating conversation to go whether they like it or not. Somebody here, person B, they've got all the answers. Person B, they're great at conversation, but they also know a lot. Like anytime somebody gets with person B, they just learn a lot. But person A, they're kind of just there to have a good time. I'm getting strong Sagittarius vibes as well, because this is archery, and I always associate that with Sagittarius. With Misty Night though, what do I get from Misty Night? I always picture her as an Aries, maybe because of all the red she's wearing here. But let's go ahead and get more cards for you, pile 3. Sorry, I'm looking for my cards. I'm like, which ones should I use? So pile 3. Person A, Faith. Lots of purple. Person A is very intuitive, very in touch with their third eye. They might be the one wearing lavender just because of the purple. And then person B, Comfort. Person B is that kind of person that somebody would find very comforting, I think, because they're so knowledgeable. Meanwhile, person A is kind of like head first into everything. They have faith that everything will work out. I kind of love this combination as well. Like, I feel like you both have something to bring to this. So it's not going to be a one-sided kind of meeting. It's not going to be a one-sided kind of date. It really does feel like a date, or a hanging out that kind of could be a date. When you get together, you both bring something to the table. It's never one-sided. All right, person A. Let's get your animal card. Owl. Yeah, person A, very, very in touch with their intuition. Person A is very wise as well. Like, I feel like this is where they meet, is at the minds. Like, they both love to have conversation. They both love to learn from each other. Let's get person B. Peacock. So I feel like person B is just really, really good looking. Like, person B, not only are they smart, not only do they have answers, they're very comforting, and they're gorgeous. Masculine energy coming from person B as well, because peacocks, it's always the male who has all the colorful colors in their feathers and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of strong masculine energy here that is presenting in a feminine way. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was if you're a gay man with a gay man, this would definitely make sense here. Like, I'm getting that strongly. You don't have to be, but I'm kind of getting that just because it's like you're very similar, but at the same time not, and you still get each other's way of attracting each other. But even if it's not, I feel like your energies, they're very similar. Like, you could both be masculine. It's like a very masculine energy woman, not saying that you are man-ish or manly, just your energy is masculine. And same thing with the man here. Like there's something where you really meet each other at the mind. So it's like you're coming together because you both like something here. Geez, I keep smelling that jasmine very strong because I actually did spray this on me before I started it just to get me in the zone. I spray these perfumes whenever I do these readings. Even though this is my first reading where I'm actually using perfumes. Shout out to Lexi the Leo, because I'm not sure if she was the first, but she's definitely like the most well-known tarot reader who does that. Okay, so pile 3. Let's get your last card. We have Hypno Sleep. Interesting. Pile 3, person A. I'm hearing a song, another Spanish song. Maybe somebody here speaks Spanish. It's, what's his name? Emmanuel. Quiero dormir cansado para no pensar en ti. Somebody here either has insomnia. I feel like person A has insomnia, or they've been having a lot of dreams about either the situation or this person. It's kind of like literally if they have prophetic dreams, which they would with the owl here, because there is a lot of intuition on person A's side. They probably dreamt of this moment, because I'm getting a strong feeling of deja vu here for whatever reason. It's kind of like they've probably dreamed of something similar to this happening, and it's finally happening. And they may even say this, or they could get a lot of downloads within their dreams about this person, whoever this person may be. Very interesting. Like I said, if this is somebody you've known, like if you two have known each other for a long time, you've been waiting for this moment to see what would happen. And then let's get person B. Osiris renewal. Damn, there it is. There it is. I knew it. I knew it. Because person B has gone through some sort of reawakening, of a rebirth, of something new here. I feel like they are Osiris being brought back to life by Isis, and person A would be Isis here. I feel like person A is bringing person B back together into something, but it's kind of like, and this makes sense, peacock. I feel like person B used to be somebody who was very superficial or only cared about appearances, but now they're becoming something more than that. With Are You Sure It's Answers You Want? I feel like person B they're going to answer certain questions that person A has, because person A is intuitive enough to ask the right questions, or I feel like person A, they already know the answers, but because person B is deciding to give them answers, it's kind of like just reaffirming what they've always known. Maybe something that their sleep has even been telling them, their dreams have been telling them. With comfort, person B really finds a comfort within person A, and vice versa. Like there is something here where they both meet each other at the minds. In fact, both of these birds, they're air elements, so they could both be air signs, but they don't have to be, because with air elements, I also think of good communication. There could even be like a psychic bond between both of these people. What person B loves about person A is that they feel whole when they are near them, because Osiris and Isis, like this is just an iconic, again, a lot of iconic partnerships are coming through here. Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Isis and Osiris, they both have ties to Egypt as well. Maybe somebody here has the Egyptian heritage, or Egypt could be an important place, specifically ancient Egypt. Maybe this is a past life that you both shared. Like maybe you both were around in ancient Egypt doing whatever it was that you were doing, but there is something so strong here. Also ancient Greece, because correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Cleopatra had ancestry in ancient Greece. Like it's been a long time since I've read up on her, but I think she's somehow tied to or related to, I don't know, I'm getting into history here, but regardless, yeah, you and this person have a lot of history. I'll be honest, you and this person have a lot of history, whether it's past lives or whether it's your own history. Because for some of you, this is a new person, but you will feel like you've known them for a long time. Or if it is somebody that you've known for a while, you have history. Because I see and hear you both talking about things that have happened in the past. With Are You Sure It's Answers You Want? I feel like you might be talking about something that happened in the past, like a particular story or an occurrence, or like somebody here is clarifying something. Person A will have had very strong hints about this because they're very intuitive. I feel like they live almost in this ethereal realm of their intuition. It could be hard for them to ground themselves even. And person B is just here to reaffirm a lot. In fact, I feel like they both have their eyes on each other because they're both looking at each other. Even the birds, like this owl, they have that, what is it, 360 vision. Like they can turn their head around in that creepy way because they can see everything. But this peacock is staring directly at them. So you both have been waiting for this. You both have. I really want to know what's going to go on because I feel like this has been a long time coming. This has been a very long time coming, not just on the romantic front, but also because you are meant to learn a lot from each other. You're meant to take on new things here with each other. So let's move on to the tarot. If this sounds like you and your person, or if this sounds like a likely scenario between you and your person, let's see what's going on. And we're going to do the tarot section also A and B style. But something about clarity here. I don't know if one or the both of you have been like very confused or if there's been like a mind fog or something, but there's like there's a strong sense of clarity here. Like you will both bring each other clarity. It's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, like when you're around each other, you're just more focused or you bring clarity. So let's start with person A. I'm going to do this person A on the top, person B on the bottom. Again, if you need to switch them around, you can pile 3. But this is between you and your person. So let's see what, okay, opening up to the moon. Secrets being revealed. I do feel this meeting will more than likely be at night or in the evening. So person A, what's going on with them? Why are they meeting? What is person A's reason for being there? Page of Cups reversed. Oh, so person A used to have a lot, like either this is a secret crush or they've always had feelings for person B. Yeah, like I said, strong romantic vibes here. What else is going on? What other reason? Death. Yeah, like I said, this is a rebirth. Something ended and something new is starting. It's that release energy, like person A has released something and because of this something new can come through, whether it's a grudge between the both of them or somebody else from the past. It could be that somebody broke up with someone and they've had enough time to process that and now these two can get together. Not to feed delusions. I just see like an ending of something, but that ending leads to a new beginning. I also see person A uncovering a new side of person B because look at how she's trying to open this curtain. Person A, we've got strength. Whatever person A just came out of, it was hard to overcome. It was very hard to get out of. We have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, they just went through something rather strong. In fact, it's funny because we had Isis and Osiris and the oracles, and this is actually Isis mourning. Who is this? The deity who killed Osiris. This is what this is depicting. So it's like, for whatever reason, whatever person A had to overcome, it forced them to be apart from person B. And now they're coming back to resurrect that. It's kind of like something was keeping the both of them apart here. I don't know what that is. Let's ask. What was keeping them apart? Because honestly, I'm in this. Like, I want to know the tea. What is going on within this meeting? What's the conversation? Oh, you don't want me to... I was just getting that. I was hearing they want to keep it secret. 2 of Swords. You're going to keep this conversation secret or it's going to be between the both of you. It could be that even though you're meeting out in public, you might only have like the conversation in private. So even though you go out to the restaurant or go out to a cafe, wherever it is that you're going out to, you're going to have fun there. But then in the car, at home, once you're secluded is when you start having the real talk. Because, let me get one more card. This could be one of those couples that whenever they're out in public, people are just very drawn to them because the energy between them is so strong. Yeah, 3 of Cups reversed. You're going to be surrounded by people and you're not going to want to be surrounded by people. You could meet each other at like a party, like at a friend's place or something like that. But like you won't have the conversation until everybody is gone. In fact, I'm not even allowed to tap into much of this conversation because there's something that you need to reveal to each other. And your bond is so sacred that even spirit is like, no, this conversation is for them and let them have it. But there is some hint here that there was something keeping you apart. And for whatever reason, that same energy that was keeping you apart is kind of, I don't know if it's preventing me from talking about it or if this is something you both need to work out on your own. It could be something, again, it's between the both of you. Like you both have, you have a dedication to each other's secrets. This would be somebody, this would be a connection where you both really trust each other's secrets. Like there's just a sacredness here. I don't know, it's very interesting. Back of the deck. Temperance. Yeah, like I said, person A has healed a lot. Honestly, pile 3, you could be either or. I'm trying to see which one you would fit into more. I would say person A, but I feel like you could honestly be either of them. But let's move on to person B. I want to see where person B is going to be at, because person B seems to be a little bit more, their energy is a little bit more, not all over the place, but less focused, if anything. Like, I feel like person B doesn't really know who they are as much as person A. Person B, for example, would be just less spiritual, and that's not to say anything negative about person B. It's just, you know, they're not as in tune as person A would be. So let's see what person B's got going on. Why are they coming to this? Why are they meeting up with person A? Queen of Swords reverse. Look, like I said, person B, very smart. They have a lot of answers, but they really seek person A's advice a lot. Person A is probably one of the wiser people they know, also very intuitive. They know to trust person A, because the Queen of Swords would only go to somebody like person A when they are in a dilemma. So this person would be somebody who is typically very smart. They typically always have the answers. They know what to do. But because they are in a very particular energy, they go to person A. Yeah, and I feel like person B in the past has done something. Either they've said some hurtful things to person A, or there was a verbal fallout is what I'm hearing. Like there was not an argument, but a verbal fallout. Like words that were said that they regret, or they just didn't agree to something and they agreed to disagree and move on. Like there was something here, because I'm not hearing an argument. It could be that one person was being, I don't know. I feel like some things were said that they wish they hadn't said, or they had said something in the wrong way. But I'm being told it wasn't necessarily an argument, because somebody here didn't participate in that argument. They just heard what the other one had to say and didn't have anything to say. I feel like person B doesn't know how to respond to some of the things that person A has said, because again, they respect them so much. Maybe it was person A who said the awful things. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, person B, let's get the rest of your cards. We have Ace of Wands, a new beginning, something new, inspiration. Like I said, you guys are going to hook up. Like you guys are going to be physical in some way, shape, or form, by the way. Because even though I'm also taking this as like a new beginning, there's also like a strong physical attraction here. Person A literally brings something out of person B that makes them feel alive. Yeah, we have the Knight of Cups. Person B, like, they have a strong heart for person A. They both do. Like, these people like each other. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Like, person B has been wanting this moment for a long time. Or I feel like they've been waiting for person A to come around. I feel like they both have, honestly. It's just person A was in a healing stage, or they were just going through something. We have 10 of Pentacles. I feel like person B finally has something that they've always wanted to have. Like there's a stability here. Person B really values stability and comfort. It wouldn't surprise me if they were like an earth sign, or had moon in an earth sign, where, you know, comfort is of importance here. Let's get another card. Okay, 2. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Oh, God. I feel like are these meant to be reversed? Okay, is this supposed to be? Yeah, okay, so, I mean, it makes sense. 2 of Pentacles is one of those where if it's reversed, it needs to be balanced out. It's like, here's the problem, let's fix it. But the Lovers card, reversed, they're trying to evaluate whether this connection will work out or not. If this is a new person where you've never had any problems with, I feel like it just took some time to finally start talking to each other, because like I said, I feel like, you know how when you meet somebody new, you just meet them and you don't really have a conversation right off the bat because maybe you were just busy with something else, or you know, you weren't really thinking. You're just like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, like when you meet with friends and you don't have a conversation that first time you meet them, or maybe even the second time, third time. I feel like the conversation never got started. That's another way of seeing the Queen of Swords. Because I feel like towards the end of this entire meeting, person B more than person A is going to be determining whether person A would be a good partner or not, because I do feel like they're trying to figure out whether they want to pursue them romantically, because there's already romance very strong here. So like I said, it could be a first date, but of course the first date doesn't necessarily mean that you will start dating. It's just that, the first date. So I feel like person B more than person A will be determining whether this is a good match or not. Back of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, lots of planning, lots of twos. Also, what is this? I feel like for a while, person B just thought this would be something physical. And they're quickly learning with the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Swords reversed and the Ten of Pentacles that this can't just be something physical. There's something more to this. Yeah, lots of Spanish songs. I mean, most of my favorite romantic songs are in Spanish, but I keep hearing that there's something more to this. I'm not even going to say the Spanish song because I don't know who here speaks Spanish. If you speak Spanish and you listen to Spanish language music, let me know in the comments below. But it's like there's something more to this. Like, this is more than just a crush. This is more than just a hookup. This is more than just something. And I feel like this is the one thing that is keeping person... I think it's the one thing keeping them both from really fully embracing this, is that they don't know if they want a full relationship. Because person A has just healed. And person B, they just don't know. They're both undecided. There's a lot of like indecisive factors here. But I feel like that's kind of the whole point. I don't think you're meant to make up your mind right away. I feel like you're just supposed to have fun with this. You're just supposed to enjoy each other and see where it takes you. And I feel like maybe in the past, if that was a problem, not knowing whether you want to pursue this more seriously or not, you came back together to show each other that you're not meant to. You're just, it's just meant to be whatever it is. Let it be what it needs to be. Let's move on to the closing advice though, because I want to tap more into what's going to happen, but I'm being told not to, because you have to experience this yourself, pile 3, with your person, with this person. I do see a lot of back and forth. Like, some days you love each other and some days you hate each other though, but I feel like that's part of the whole reason why you can't figure out what it is that you want with each other. So I'm going to use the Cupid Says Oracle. I forgot to do the runes. Let's do the runes first then. So I'm just gonna pick some out at random here. Okay, we have, this is Dagas. It means home. So somebody could be meeting somebody at home, or there might be some movement towards somebody's dwelling, like that you might go to where somebody lives here. We have victory. Yeah, I feel like for the both of you, this feels like a victory. It's like you both have been wanting this for a long time. Berkano, love. There's love here, regardless. There is some sort of love. I'm hearing the misfits now. There's some kind of love and there's some kind of hate. And then we have, this is the blank rune, typically seen as the rune of destiny. It's up to you, whatever it is that you want this to be, is what I'm hearing. It's like, do you know how I'm seeing like I used to paint a lot, and I'm seeing, you know how some people will have a sketchbook that one is meant for like, serious paintings, and one's just for having fun with, like you just doodle, you practice, you maybe, you just do whatever. I'm seeing this being like the practice sketchbook that you just do whatever in. I feel like with this connection, you can both do whatever and try things on, if that makes sense. It's like maybe one day you're going to pretend that you're in a relationship, and the next day you're just going to be, friends or whatever. And then the next, like, there's some kind of weird, like, it's a back and forth here. It's not meant to be concrete. And I feel like in that experimental kind of energy, you both thrive for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and get your cards though. So these are channeled messages from your person or from your higher self. We have I love you more. Like I said, there's such lovey-dovey energy here. It's so cute. We have I'm not sorry. Whatever happened in the past, strong Sagittarius energy here because Sagittarius is a sign with no regrets. It's like even if the past within this connection was awful, there's no regrets between the both of you because, and this is not to enable toxic behavior. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just being shown a perspective that you both have. You know that you were meant to go through some rough things in the past because it was meant to make you grow, or you both, this would be the kind of connection where you both are very honest with each other, even if it hurts. So you both had to be very blunt with each other in the past because that was the only way you were going to get that particular message across with each other. And even though it pissed you off at some point, like after that you both agreed, it's like, no, that was the right thing to do, thank you for being very honest with me. So that's what I'm getting from both you and this person, like you both agree on that particular perspective, even though me personally, I don't know if I do or if anybody else would. You both have your own understanding of each other that maybe not a lot of people would agree with. It still hurts, yeah. The end is near. Somebody here has a lot of anxieties regarding this. It's like somebody here cares too much about how long this is going to last. Perhaps, yeah. I think the only heartbreaking thing about this entire situation is that you just don't know where you stand with each other. And I feel like you would prefer to know, but at the same time, this is not a connection where you are meant to know. And back of the deck, I do. I am seeing somebody here think of marriage, not because I think you want to marry each other, but because I feel like you would like to choose each other. What's underneath that? Heal yourself first. Yeah. Maybe you're going to understand after this particular event that you're going to have to heal yourself more, regardless of who you identified as here, pile 3, because there's a lot of healing within this connection. Let's get your tea leaves. It could even be that after this whole situation, somebody here actually finds out that they love somebody more than they thought they did. We have the bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. Yeah, like I said, it's like you're surrounded by people. I don't know where you're going to meet because I was thinking like a date, but it could be that you're just surrounded by people that you may know. Like I said, there might be a party or an outing, or if you're meeting at somebody's place, somebody there could not like you being together. We have finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Yeah. Somebody, whoever's intuitive here, is warning somebody about something. Somebody here is like trying to warn somebody about something. I wonder why is this? Somebody here is not surrounded by the best people is what I'm seeing. We have key, successful outcome to your problems. Yeah. Somebody here is literally the key to a problem. March, the month of March could be important. Or somebody here could have been born in March. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. So somebody here could be a younger man that they are meeting up with. Bat makes me think of the night as well. I feel like you will be meeting at night. And bell, announcement. Bell, announcement. Oh, something's going to happen at somebody's wedding. So somebody has to be careful. Interesting. I don't know. I don't want to say what's going to happen at this wedding, but I am seeing like, why would there be cops at a wedding is what I'm seeing. Somebody has to be careful about this situation. Let's get one more card. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Yeah, like I said, like there's somebody is doing some stupid stuff here. I don't know if it's somebody within this pile or somebody that within this pile that someone knows or that they are like connected to. Back of the deck, lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing like either a fight or some stupid stuff break out at somebody's wedding. I don't think it's not your weddings. It's a wedding that somebody is going to. There's just stupid stuff going on. And I don't know. Yeah, somebody here is not surrounded by the best people. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, then we have your reading here for you about how you and your person, how's the next meeting going to go? How, when next time you see them, what's going to go on? So I love this. I love this perfume so much. It is a classic for me. It is a staple for me, at least. It's funny because some people say it gives like a dark femme kind of energy, but to me, it's really sweet and mysterious and classic. Like, whoever this person is, they like those black cat goth vibes that you give off, or they like the dark femme. They something about your dark feminine energy they absolutely like, because this would be my pile of people who have dark feminine energy. I just love this scent so much. Like I don't even know, like this to me is a staple for any person. So there's something classic about this particular either about you or this connection. I'm really getting this big, like this the way this person sees you, they love everything about you, because I'm getting like they love your style, they love your look, they love how you smell, they like how you sound. Like this person low-key is obsessed with you, which, you know, I feel like this could border more on the romantic side. It could also be platonic. I feel like, you know, there's friends who are obsessed with each other's like aesthetics or just, you know, everything about them. So we'll see how this particular connection plays off, because not every pile has been romantic. Or, you know, there have been some piles that could be taken more platonic. So let's go ahead and get your cards for pile 4. Something mysterious about this. It's weird. It's like it's a combination of mysterious and comfort. Like somebody here finds comfort in your mystery, or I don't know. It's just it's odd. It reminds me of when I was in high school and I had like a very goth aesthetic back in the day, but it felt natural to me. Like I'm getting 90s vibes as well. Like, you know, the riot girl vibes, but this person finds that comforting. Like they like that about you. Strong Lilith vibes. We have the 7th house. Yeah. Balance, cooperation, and partners. This person, you could have some very strong planets in their 7th house. So this would be like Sun in the 7th house, your Venus in their 7th house. Basically, you're everything that they look for in a partner. So that would explain why they feel some sort of comfort with you. So whatever their rising sign is, you are the complete opposite. You are their descendant sign. So let's go ahead and get more cards for this pile. I'm trying to get a reason behind why you two are meeting. This could be somebody you're already in a relationship with, to be honest. Like maybe you don't see each other too often, or that would also explain why they absolutely adore you, you know, without hesitation. We have Pimpernel. Oh, this is cute. 12. Somebody here could be born in December, or the 12th house could also be important in astrology, but I'm getting more December. I will read from the book for this because I'm not getting much from that, other than a sweetness, honestly. Because look at this pink card. Like there's a pink here. And whenever I think of pink, I think of love or a fondness. Let's get more cards. Pile 4. External validation. Yeah, this person, I feel like they make it a point to let you know how much they like you and how awesome you are. Yeah, this person, definitely a friend that hypes you up a lot, or somebody you're already in a relationship with, or somebody that you're already like regularly dating. It could also be like if this is somebody that you work with, I feel like this is somebody who wants to get closer to you regardless. Like this is definitely not family, because there's too much of an admiration there that could border on the romantic. But this is definitely like either a friend or a lover, or I say coworker because you know how there's certain people that you work with that you kind of want to get to know more. That's what I'm getting. Like they already really like you. So yeah, but for most of you, this is going to be romantic. Okay, we have enlightenment and success. Okay. If this is a work situation, there's something about like a collaboration that is going to be really beneficial for the both of you, because your sense of aesthetics or something about your image really works well together. If it's not that, if it's a friend, again, you just love each other's aesthetics, because I said black cat and like we have a black panther here. And if it's a love relationship, this person feels like they can win with you. They absolutely adore you. Enlightenment lets me know that this particular meeting will be very enlightening for both of you. There's going to be something that grows from this, or something that opens up your mind to something. Like there's going to, I literally see like doors and mindsets opening here. So whatever this is, it's great stuff. Whatever this is, I feel like you're going to enjoy it. But let me get the reading for Pimpernel, and I'm going to use the Dusk book. This particular deck comes with 2 different books, Dawn and Dusk. And for some reason, I'm being told to use the Dusk one. So, pile 4. Yeah, it's funny because even looking at these cards really do visually show what I associate the black opium scent to be, like something feminine but dark at the same time, and I guess a bit enlightening. Yeah. So Pimpernel, the Scarlet Pimpernel owes its folk name wayward to a German legend. A girl who planned to elope with her beloved arranged to meet him at a crossroads, but waited for days for him to appear, until eventually her feet took root and she turned into the first pimpernel flower. Life has brought you to a crossroads, and you may not know which road is the right one to turn down, but you are not the first person to have come to this junction. Others have gone before you, and their wisdom remains to watch over you. Whichever road you choose here will be the right one. It's funny, I feel like some of you have waited for this for a long time, whether it's a reunion with this person, a connection with this person, whatever it is. Also, this arranging to meet with somebody. Yeah, it's like there's been a wait here for this person. If you're coming from pile 3, there's something similar, but it's just a little bit different. I'm gonna read from the Dawn book as well for Pimpernel. Like I said, this person is obsessed with, or maybe they just have an obsessive nature. Like they find it easy to like get enmeshed in something. The pimpernel is also known as the shepherd's weather glass, as it can both tell the time of day and foretell incoming weather. Its petals always close up at noon and will only open again if it's due to be sunny. If rain is on its way, the flowers won't open at all. You find yourself in a position of not being certain which direction to take, but all the signs you need to make the right decisions are there. You just need to trust in your ability to spot them. Yeah, there's something about indecision here, which would make sense because the 7th house is ruled by Libra, and Libra can be a sign of indecision. So here it's kind of like, I don't know who is indecisive here, but there is an indecision. Let's go ahead and start with the people. So I'm doing this person A and B style. You can choose whichever you prefer, because I've noticed in most piles, like you could easily be either or. So pile 4, let's start with person A. So what's going on with person A? We have Nightcrawler. In my eyes, I am beautiful. There's something here about... So person A is really feeling themselves. They really do feel beautiful whenever they go into this. I feel like because person B really does validate this, like person B is always hyping them up and making them feel beautiful or making them feel attractive. So it's no wonder that they're always hanging out. And then person B, what's going on with them? We have Misty Night. Are you sure it's answers you want? She came out in pile 3 as well. If you're coming from pile 3, you might just be continuing whatever's going on there. But if not, person B is really good at saying exactly what people need to hear when they need to hear it. I'm not sure if that comes from intuition or if that's just them being able to like gauge a conversation or be able to tell what somebody needs to hear at the time. Because I feel like it can be both good and bad. Good because, you know, they're able to provide comfort and advice when it's needed. And the only way I see it being bad is if they are prone to smooth talk, if you will, which can be a good or bad thing depending on the situation. Sometimes we smooth talk ourselves out of, you know, bad situations, and sometimes it can be a little manipulative. So it all depends on what mood person B is in. I feel like, you know, that's a double-edged sword. But person A, there's something here about their self-confidence when it comes to, I don't know if it's this connection per se, I just feel like it's in general. They weren't always in this energy of seeing themselves as beautiful, because Nightcrawler, you know, he's... Oh, bless him, he's one of my favorites. He was born blue. He was born, you know, looking weird. and he can't really hide that. So to him, his appearance is something that he really cares about. But this is person A coming out of that feeling awkward or feeling ugly and knowing that they are absolutely beautiful inside and out. So let's get more cards for pile 4. So we have a cot dedication for person A. Person A is a very dedicated person. In fact, Nightcrawler is at some point he becomes a monk. I don't remember if it's before or after the X-Men. I want to say it's before. I think he grew up in a monastery because he looked, the way he looks. So he felt safe there, hiding away from everybody. So there is a sense that person A could be very spiritual or just dedicated to whatever it is that they believe in. It could be religion, it doesn't have to be, but I do get a strong sense of spirituality from person A. Also a dedication to self-love is what I'm getting, because Akkad is the deity of tattoos, at least according to this book. Let's go ahead and get person B's deity. We have Shiva, Destroyer. Person B is able to either build people up or destroy them with their words. I don't know if they're like a Gemini or I don't know. I'm getting strong Gemini energy from person B. Or even like a Virgo, somebody very strong with Mercury within their chart. They could have Mercury in the first house, which I feel like they just know how to use their words. I keep hearing that. There's something about person B's words and conversation that is going to be very pivotal within this particular time that you both meet up. Because I'm not sure what the situation is. Like, it could just be a conversation, honestly, especially with these earphones here. Like, I'm thinking of somebody wearing, earphones to listen to a conversation. So it might just be on the phone. Whether it's video chat or whether it's like an actual phone call. I don't feel like it's text though. This seems a little bit too involved to be just texting. So let's go ahead and get more cards. Let's see what feelings are going to be involved here. For person A, we have trust. There's a lot of blue coming out in person A side because Akkad here, I'm not sure if you can tell within the video, but he's got this bluish color. Nightcrawler is also blue and trust is blue. So person A, I feel like is the one who has they're opening up their throat chakra, so they have a lot to say. And I feel like they may have initiated this conversation as well, because I'm getting the sense that person A has a lot to say, even if they're not somebody who typically speaks a lot. They have a lot to say. And Misty Knight with the questions as always. Shiva the Destroyer. Let's see what's going on with person B. I'm trying to figure this out myself. Flow. Flow, another blue color. Lots of communication. You're both very communicative with each other. This is going to be fruitful conversation for sure. Let's get your last cards, the spirit animal cards. So pile 4, person A. We have lamb and owl. Oh, this is so sweet. Person A is kind of doubting their intuition, because owl to me is intuition or wisdom, and lamb is like this beginner energy or like this sweet, sweet energy. Person A, I absolutely love their energy. They are so sweet, so dedicated. They have this confidence that came from having not had confidence most of their life. And the fact that they're so trusting and loving towards person B lets me know that and the dedication, of course, like they truly love person B. I feel that very strongly. And it's not because they feel a lack of self-worth here. It's just like, you know how a puppy dog loves their owner? That's what I'm getting. I'm just getting like sweet, sweet puppy love from person A to person B. And it's almost like, I'm not saying that they hang on by every word that they say, but it's like they would, because I'm not like person A doesn't get it. They may appear to be weak or sweet or soft, but the truth is that they're very internally strong. This dedication card and this trust, it takes a lot of character, a lot of having to go through a lot of things in life to be able to build this. Like, this is a softness that doesn't come easily. This is like that childhood softness that is so hard to to preserve and protect, because, you know, we eventually grow up and we get jaded by the world. But person A is strong in that they keep this beautiful childlike innocence within them, this ability to love anything and everyone despite their faults, because they themselves would want somebody to love them that same way. Person A, I feel like a lot of you would resonate with person A, because this energy is so beautiful and loving and sweet. And if the person you're meeting is person A, then please be gentle with them. Oh my goodness. I love person A so much. Let's go and see what's going on with person B. In fact, the Destroyer card does make sense here, because I feel like it could be very easy, or it would seem that it would be easy to destroy person A's sweet exterior. So person B, what's going on? The black egg. This is interesting. There's like a spiritual awakening for person B that they're not aware of, or like it may come due to like a tower moment, because I am seeing Shiva the Destroyer as like a tower moment. Flow, meaning that they're just going with the flow. There's just stuff that they're doing, and in this process they go through this transformation. I'm going to read from the book for the black egg. I always read from the book for these particular cards because they're so pivotal, and I feel like person B themselves may be at odds with their own internal feelings. From the book, we have Speaking from an Authentic Voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sound draws us in. Books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? In fact, what is she asking? Are you sure it's answers you want? It's kind of like she's asking, are you sure it's the truth you want? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things to others. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at any moment, in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. And what did I say earlier about person B? That they have a bit of a silver tongue. They're able to tell people exactly what they want to hear whenever they want to hear it. So it's kind of like person B may be struggling with the truth, especially with Shiva here and the black egg. I feel like person B cannot lie to person A. Person B, even if they are the most manipulative liar, even if their lying is their profession, they could be like the best lawyer out there, in the negative sense, where they could just win any case by their word magic or whatever. Person B could never lie to person A. Never. I mean, person A has shown nothing but love, compassion, dedication, and trust in person B. And because of this, person B could never find it in their heart to lie to person A. Even if they wanted to, even if they've tried. Maybe they have tried lying to person A and person A caught them in that. It's like, you don't mean that. And person B would be like, yeah, you're right, I don't. It's very interesting. And this would explain why this energy here in the middle, this 7th house energy, I get this sometimes in readings, or like in certain connections where like there might be somebody here who's an impulsive liar, and because somebody catches them in that, they're like, oh, okay, that's my match. That's what I'm getting. Like person B loves the fact that person A can see through them. Or maybe they hate it sometimes, depending on the situation, which makes sense now here. With external validation, it's kind of like person A would want clarity from person B, because person A probably has had to second guess themselves when it comes to person B, because they know that person B is somebody who has a way with words in a way that is not always great. So even though person B has always been honest with person A sometimes has a hard time believing them. And that's why this owl is upside down. Owl would be intuition. Owl would be wisdom. And the way liars attack in an energetic level is through the third eye, because the third eye is an intuition. And essentially what they want to do is muddle or block that third eye and it prevents people from accessing their own inner truth, their intuition, so that they can detect a lie, essentially. not saying that person B has done this, but if they have, I don't think it was intentional. Because when, like I said, when it comes to person A, they cannot find it in their heart to lie to them. And yet there is something here. Yeah, enlightenment. There's a need to figure out something, to get to the matter of the truth here, to get to the core of something. Because external validation is like, I need to hear it from you. I need to hear the truth from you. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm not sure whose is who. I feel like both. More likely from person B, it's like we need to hear the truth from person B. And success lets me know that this is actually going to be a good conversation. This is actually going to be a good... I keep hearing conversation because I don't think you're going to meet in person. If you do, I find it hard. Like, person B wouldn't want to. But I feel like this is going to be a conversation nonetheless. If it's possible that you could meet in person. There's vulnerability here for sure on person A's side. But if this sounds like you and your person, if this sounds like somebody that you are inquiring about, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion, because this got juicy. As soon as I saw that, you know, person B's got some truths to spill. Is it the truth you want to know? Is it answers you really want? It's like, do you really want to go there, is what I'm hearing from person B. I don't know what the nature of the situation is, because initially it's like somebody here really, really loves somebody. But I don't know if you're together. I mean, you could be. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to decide that, because the Pimpernel card was kind of giving vibes of like, should we or should we not? So let's go ahead and move on to the tarot, which will also be in person A and B style. The top row is meant to be person A, and the bottom row could be is meant to be person B. If you need to switch these around, you can. I just want to see what the nature of this next time you speak with them, next time you see them, next time you have whatever it is with this person. Your next interaction for this pile. So pile 4. I keep hearing Chappelle Rowan's, what is it? Good luck, babe? And specifically the line, you can kiss 100 boys in bars. So I don't know if it's about dating or if it's about somebody being with somebody else or something along those lines. Because that particular line gives me vibes of jealousy. It's like, yeah, go ahead, kiss 100 boys in bars. Like something like that, you know? So pile 4, person A, Ace of Swords. Yeah, starting of a conversation. Person A is going to initiate this conversation. Hermit reversed. Person A has gone through a hermit phase, and I see that as both like isolation, like they just wanted to be away from everything for a while. They could have gone on a trip and come back, and or they're just ready to be out in the open. Like they're done with their healing phase, because the hermit mode can be a healing phase. It's like isolating to heal, and they're coming out of that, at least for this particular instance. We have the Page of Swords again. Yeah, they initiate the conversation, and they're very... Person A is very... not anxious, maybe anxious. We have a lot of air energy here, a lot of Mercury energy. Person A just... they don't know how to begin this conversation. It's like they're trying to find a reason to do this, and they don't know how, but they know that it has to be done, or that it has to happen for, yeah, 6 of coins. Because there's been a lack of reciprocity, or there's been a lack of balance within this connection. There's a conversation that needs to be started here, and they don't know how to go about it. We have the 5 of Swords, and they're ready to hear the worst of it. They are prepared to just... It's kind of odd. It's like when you have to have a tough conversation with somebody, and you know that it may not go well. Person A is so strong and so sweet and so loving. They're ready for this. It's like... it's kind of like they're ready for their heart to be broken. They're ready for, like, to hear the worst and worst of it, whatever this may be. Back of the deck, Strength reversed. Because they need to overcome something. They know that the last step to their healing is to hear something from person B. They know that the last step in this journey, or in this phase of this connection, is to hear whatever person B has to say. The truth specifically, yeah, Queen of Swords. They know it's something that's difficult. And they're not even sure if it's like healthy for their mental... if it's healthy for the... They're not even sure if it's good for their mental health, but they're willing to take this conversation, because, yeah, there's like a reluctance there. They are just ready to hear the worst of it. I don't know what this conversation's about, but pile 4. you just want to be able to, for some of you, this could be like somebody here wants to just be able to have fun with this person again, or to not have like, what is it, awkwardness, I guess, or tension. Like they want to relieve this, which is odd because the oracles were giving such a loving energy at first, and now it's like there's something odd here. Let's see what person, I really want to know what person B has to say, because like they have a, man, can I even say this on YouTube? It's like their mouth is a loaded gun, so they have words to say, and I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, because I don't know. Like I said, they can't lie to person A, and because of that, they know that the truth will hurt. So person B, what's going on with person B? I'm being told to get all the cards and then interpret them. And that might be how this conversation goes. Like person A may have to be quiet and let person B just talk. So person B. Yeah, Eight of Swords reversed. They have to let person B talk. The Empress, the Moon, the World, and the Seven of Pentacles. Back of the deck, Four of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this. Well, let me say what I see first. So person B, they found it hard to be able to speak about something here, because when it comes to person A, they did find them to be absolutely everything that they want. This Empress energy, they found them to be their Empress, regardless of their gender, regardless of what they're into. They found person A to be an Empress, because like I said, there's a lot of love here, and they could never lie to them. But with this Moon here, this illusion, it's like, this is a dream to them. Like this is either a dream in that it's unattainable, or that it's just not possible within the reality that they both live in. But they absolutely adored this. The Moon can also be secrets. It could be secrecy. And I feel like person B is not really in an energy to be very honest with people. So the fact that they have to be honest with person A is kind of a lot for them. Because the World is like an ending, a completion. You could see this as both, that they understand they could have everything with person A, but they're not ready for it. With the Seven of Pentacles here, they know that their work is not done. It could also be the World as an ending, like they knew they had to end things with person A because they did not want to keep secrets from them, and they are not in an energy to not keep secrets. And it could also be that person B has some sort of lifestyle where they have to keep secrets. Maybe it's a career they have that's like, top security information or something like that, which does exist out there. And then there's also this energy of like, maybe they just have a lifestyle where they don't want to have to answer to somebody, not because they want to be, deceptive. It's just like they kind of want to do whatever they want and not have to answer to anyone, because the Empress would be somebody that they answer to, and person A was definitely this to them. Another way of seeing this, though, person B. No, that's... Yeah, the Empress requires a lot of energy, and person B just doesn't have that. Back of the deck, we have Four of Pentacles. This is why they had to let them go. It could be, maybe they're letting them go now, but I feel like for some of you, this could be something past. I'm being told to clarify this because person B, they're good with words, but there's like an undertone to them. So let's clarify person B's, because it's like there's layers to their conversations. I'm specifically being told to clarify Empress, Moon, and the World. Also, the fact that we have 8 and 7. Somebody here could have been born in 87. I don't know, maybe that's something someone needs to hear. Let's clarify the Empress. The Three of Cups. Let's clarify the Moon. The Ten of Cups reversed. Yeah, like I said, like they're not ready for the happiness that this would bring. The Three of Cups lets me know that they kind of want to keep partying. They kind of want to keep seeing other people. There may or may not have been a third party situation. It all depends on what this is for you, pile 4. I think you would know. But they're not ready to give up, like, dating, essentially. And then the World. The Knight of Swords. It's like this person finds it really hard to end things because they don't like endings. They like to keep things open. They like to keep things, you know, possibilities open. But they were aware that they couldn't do this with person A because person A deserves not finality, but person A deserves something concrete, and person B is not a person of concrete things. Back of the deck, Ace of Wands. The person B is very driven by physical matters, if you know what I mean. They're very driven by, they're interested in physical matters. I feel like if this had remained anything, it does give a bit of a vibe of a situationship that could have been more. I feel like, why is person B so complicated? God damn. Because I'm getting two things from this Ace of Wands energy. Either they wanted to keep this casual, like they wanted to keep seeing person A on a physical level, or they were just ready to move on to something new, which I know seems weird. It's like, I don't know, underneath that Eight of Wands, person B moved on a lot faster, or they're willing to move on faster, but they regret that. They absolutely regret something that they've done to person A, the Hermit. And they had to go through their own healing. It's weird. You guys mirror each other in some weird aspect. Yeah, they regret some of the things that they've done. They wish they hadn't. Because it seems like person B, as complicated as they are, this is their own doing. Like, the reason they suffer is because they choose to complicate things. And I think person A, being so intuitive, being so loving, they're willing, because what's underneath Strength? We already looked at this, yeah? Okay. It's like they're willing to forgive. It wouldn't surprise me if this was like a ghosting situation and you just came back to speak, or you spoke, yeah, Three of Cups reverse. Like, person A knew what was going on. They just needed to hear it from person B. Yeah. I feel like person A was right in that they knew their heart would break, because the Five of Swords is like, it's a useless conversation, but they just needed to hear the truth in order to gain closure. And I feel like this would help. I want to get runes for you guys while I'm here. So we have Victory with Tewaz. We have Theresa's Protection. This is very much one of those situations where rejection is divine protection. If this is a rejection, if this is something where somebody almost wanted to leave the situation for somebody else, again, protection. It's like, I'd rather hear it from you now that you want to go date other people than to have you cheat on me, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, divine protection, because person A, very intuitive, or at the very least very tied to person B in a way that there could be like a psychic bond here, not gonna lie. We have Isa, which is a stop. Yeah, this is like an abrupt stop as well. And then Daga's home. You both feel very at home with each other. You both feel very, very comfortable with each other, that to the point where like something this heartbreaking would actually, this is weird. Like, not saying that this heartbreak or this conversation is comfortable. It's just, it was delivered in the right way. Like, you both handled it in a way that you both were comfortable with. My heart goes out to you, pile 4. Regardless of who you are, I feel like it's difficult on any front. I do want to see like a past, present, future of this particular situation though. I should use a different deck. I'm being told to, yeah, where's my mini deck? Of course it's downstairs. So because this is the next time you see them, this could be a rehashing of this particular event. For some of you, this may have already happened, and for some of you, you know this conversation is happening. So past, present, future for this pile, because they need it, of this particular conversation, connection, whatever's going on. Wheel of Fortune. Somebody rejected a fate. Somebody rejected something that fate handed them. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. Yeah. I feel like this is as bad as this connection gets, and then it gets better from here. And the 10 of Wands. There's like a heavy weight lifted off of this. I feel like it's only up from here. Like whatever this is, I don't see it coming back together. And again, my heart goes out to you, pile 4, because you don't deserve this. Person B could never lie to you. And I think this is why they definitely regret this. They regret that this had to happen with you, but they also can't help the person they are. But that's their own undoing. This is them being their own worst enemy. It's like the universe gave them somebody wonderful, and they just kept being the person they are. I see the regret here, and just know they're not having a great time of it. That's how karma is being to them. And yet, I feel from you, pile 4, I feel like you still care about this person. I feel like you couldn't find it in your heart to hate them either. You just, it's like you knew who they were from the beginning. So you, yeah, let's move on to some closing advice. This is going to be channeled messages from your person. So pile 4. Messages from their person. I think it seems pretty clear who's who here, though. Okay, so pile 4. We have be patient. For some of you, it may feel like this isn't over. You have love always wins, and it truly does. We have don't give up on us. It's odd. It feels like this isn't over. So whatever this is, it'll come back around to the moon and back. Somebody here really loves somebody to the moon and back. I trust you. And has this happened before? Deja vu. With the I trust you, this is definitely person A because that's what came out in the oracles. How... It always surprises me how strong the heart can be when... And I feel like you don't do this to everybody. Whoever person A is, they don't do this to everybody. The fact that they're able to forgive person B's shortcoming here, whatever the situation was, where like they just weren't able to be the person that person A wanted, and person A is like, I understand and I know and I trust you, and if I have to be patient for you, I will. This is very heavy energy for me, pile 4. I'm sorry if I sound like a little sad, because there's the love here is so strong, the dedication here is so strong, to the point where I think person B may not be able to handle it, which explains why they ran away, or why they found someone else, or why, whatever the situation is, it explains why person B is kind of wants to take space from this. Because when you get love and affection this strong, it's hard to handle when somebody isn't ready, you know? Sometimes they have to learn to love themselves. Sometimes they have to learn how to get over blockages of the past, whatever those may be, you know, some wounds they may have from past situations, or it may be from childhood, whatever the case may be. Back of the deck, it still hurts. Yeah, I feel the hurt, that's for sure. I feel the hurt. So give this situation patience, give this person patience. Love will win. There's a very strong love here. And in the meantime, move on with your life. In the meantime, do what you have to do. Because what is meant for you won't pass you by. And I'm not here to feed any delusions. I'm not telling you to wait for this person. But I am saying to just, this loving heart you have, don't give up on it. This loving heart you have, don't ever change it for anybody. Like, you're sure not letting this person, even though they broke your heart, change your heart. And I think that's what the biggest lesson of this entire situation is. So pile 4. I'm going to get your tea leaves. And yeah. Okay, so we have table, hard work ahead. This connection would be hard work, should it work out. Well, should you have to overcome the obstacles here? I don't think it would forever be hard work. It's just, you know, the obstacles. We have torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Yeah, enlightenment is coming out again. But it's also making me think of like, what are they called? Torch songs? Like still holding a torch for somebody. We have flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Don't lower your standards for somebody who may or may not ever know whether they're ready for you. You have grapes, time to go out and have fun. Yeah, have as much fun as you can. We did have the Three of Cups come out twice, so there needs to be fun here. We have dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Yeah, this person, doesn't matter where you are, they think of you. To the moon and back. And needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. So, better things are ahead of you, pile 4. Back of the deck, yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated, yeah. Any frustration that this person brings, you can let it go. You don't have to hold on to them. If you need a detachment or to decord from this person, by all means do. Like I said, if they're meant for you, they will come back regardless. Do detach. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I am sending you so much love and so much healing. You have a beautiful heart. Remember that. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose Fineries, Not Another Cherry, one of my favorite dupes for several cherry perfumes out there, then we have a reading here for you about the next time you see this person, what's going to go down, what's going to happen, why are you meeting this person. Right away, I'm getting the sense that you are actually choosing between two people. I don't know if it's at this particular event or situation, or this is the person you end up choosing over somebody else, or I don't know. There's something here about choices, because I was debating whether using this particular cherry scent or the other one I have, which is Zara's Cherry Bomb. I love cherry scents. They're my favorite. Cherry specifically makes me think of, and I know this is weird because some people think cherry to be like car air freshener, which I like. I actually like that. Like, I don't mind that. This one specifically has like a more almond tone. And the other one, Zara Cherry Bomb, it's got a little bit of a bubblegummy scent, but I like it. Like, the cherry makes it tolerable. But cherry makes me think of Aries, which makes sense with the car air fresheners, because something about Aries, they love their cars. Well, I think fire signs in general love their cars, because most, well, not all, but most fire sign men that I know, there's something about identifying through their vehicles that is a thing. Regardless of whether you're into men or not, or maybe you're the person with Aries who really cares about their car. Because I know there's girlies out there who, you know, they're loyal to a certain car. But let's go ahead and get your cards to see who this person is. What the situation is, but I already get the feeling of choosing between, if not two people, it could be two situations, or maybe a date. Maybe this is a date you chose over something else. I don't know. There's something about choices. So we have Mandrake. When I think of this particular, is it a flower? I think of the screaming baby things from Harry Potter. I don't know if it was based off this particular plant, but I don't know why I'm getting that. But let me read from the book for Mandrake before I continue, because I want to say this has to do with the root of Mandrake. So we have, not only do the roots of the Mandrake grow in the form of a human, but there are also many tales of this little familiar taking on a life of its own and dispensing knowledge, wealth, and even visions of the future. You may not have a personal mandragora to point the way, but there are other signs and sources of guidance in your life, leading you forwards. Keep your eyes peeled for these little prophets throughout the next few days. Yeah, the universe is conspiring with you to make a choice here, because like I said, you have more than one choice. It could be that this person, whether it's directly or indirectly, is helping you make a choice. So this already, I'm getting the feeling that this could be like a friend, or it could be a romantic situation. If it's a friend, I feel like you're deciding between friends on whose advice to take, Or for some of you, this could be I am getting like choosing between psychics or tarot readers to see who to go with to give you the best options. And if that happens to be me, I will not take it personally, whichever way you choose. But I feel like you're choosing between two very different decisions that are presented in front of you. Let's get the rest of your cards. Rise. I'm hearing rise to the occasion. I'm also hearing rise up from Hamilton. Rise up. When are these colonies gonna rise up? When you're standing on the knees, you rise up. You're rising up to like this could be my pile of people who, when it comes to making a decision, they might suffer from analysis paralysis, so they know they have to make a choice here, even if it's something that they don't want to make a choice about. Let's get the rest of your cards. We have simplicity. Oh, it's interesting. We have like this light blue feathery feeling here. I feel like whatever you're meant to choose, it's meant to bring simplicity. So if it doesn't bring simplicity, it's not for you. But I might have to do this because I'm doing this particular oracle section AB style, and I'm going to give you this option to let it be whatever it is that you want it to be. Let's get your last connecting cards. Venus, the attraction of pleasure from good times. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you're making a decision between two people that you are wanting to date, or a particular person you want to date, like what direction to take with them. And if you're coming from other piles, that would explain a lot, because there have been certain piles, not all, that had some pretty heavy conversations or meetings going on. So if you're coming from those for simplicity or clarity here, then that makes a lot of sense. But I'm going to go on to the A and B the A and B format of this particular oracle reading. So you can decide to be either person A or person B. Whoever you're thinking about could be, the other person. Or, and this is just up to you as a viewer, you can make these out to be two different choices. And I didn't do that in previous piles because that particular situation didn't pop up. But for this particular pile, there's a choice between two people. You can see these as two different people. Regardless, I will refer to them in the third person, and I will try not to make one seem more like you than the other, in case you want it to be you versus somebody or somebody else versus somebody. So with that cleared away, let's go ahead and get cards for person A and B. But yeah, Venus, I'm getting friend or a possible lover here. Or it could just be two different choices that have to deal with something that you like and enjoy. So person A, or choice A, but I'm going to say person A. We have, oh God, we have She-Hulk, do the right thing even if no one is watching. We have Dr. Doom, control at all cost, and Shuri, if something's broken, make it better. Okay, so the first option, there's something about controlling a situation for the better outcome. With do the right thing and making something better, this would be something that needs some repair, but you're going to have some sort of control over it. If this is a person, same thing. They have a lot of high morals. They know what is right. They understand and have the capacity to be able to do something here. But with Dr. Doom, there's a sense of, again, needing to control the situation, which may or may not be exhausting depending on what this is. Because if we're talking about a person, like a person controlling a person, it's not that they're controlling them, it's that they're trying to guide them in the right way. This would be somebody who is doing a lot of emotional labor for somebody. This is what I'm getting from this particular first option, or person A. Very intelligent person. Whoever person A is, though, very intelligent. So let's go ahead and move on to person B, or choice B. We have Loki and Black Widow. Oh, there is a scene in the first Avengers movie where Black Widow is talking to Loki and she's trying to outsmart him. Because Loki thinks he's winning. He thinks he's like really gotten to her. And then in the end, she's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And it turns out she got him. So choice B. Interesting. So Loki says, care to discover your glorious purpose. And Black Widow, look twice, sleep once. So there's something more final with choice or person B. Like there could be something here about there are trust issues
with choice B, person B, like there's definitely trust issues, but this is also a situation where if these are two people, they are each other's match because you can outwit each other, or you are mentally at each other's level, or there's always like a gotcha moment, like, you know, like there's a mental sparring. I feel like on a mental level you get each other, but it could also be like your downfall, like because you both understand each other so well, you can also be each other's worst enemy. It's like you can't get away with BSing in option B, person B. Meanwhile, person or option A, there's still some work to do. Honestly, both of these, I'm not getting one better than the other so far. I just feel like it brings out different sides of you. Person or option B being definitely more seductive, if anything, because there's just that alluring. There's like an obsession or a possessiveness, because when I think of like Loki and Black Widow, two very favorite characters in the Marvel franchise, in the Avengers franchise in general as well, like I'm thinking of all the people who love Loki and all the people who love Black Widow for various reasons. I love them both, but there is a feeling here that whatever option B is, there's even a little bit of an obsession, or maybe even like it's hard to quit whatever person or option B is. Let's get the rest of the cards. So option person A, we have Hermes communication. There's a lot of good communication on A's side, like not gonna lie, and I was getting that with Shuri, because Shuri is very methodical, very intelligent. She does know how to get her point across in a very concise and simple way, because even though she's intelligent, she knows how to cater to her audience, because I think of how she has to explain things to the people around her and how they work. Yeah, she's really good at communicating. I have not seen the She-Hulk series, but I can imagine as a lawyer, she's also good at communicating. And I don't know much about Doctor Doom other than he's from the Fantastic Four franchise. I don't know. But there's something about good communication on side A. And then let's get side B. We have Approach Fear. Yeah, you have to overcome fears in order to proceed with side B. You have to overcome fears, because this fearful energy, it's that distrust that I was sensing, or this whole, like, just because you get each other doesn't mean that you trust each other. It just means that you know how the other works, if that makes any sense. I feel like side B could easily be like competitors, or people who like to spar with each other, or like I'm seeing two people play chess. I'm hearing checkmate on side B. But this fear is like, is that a good or a bad thing? Because somebody here fears the fact that somebody really knows how their inner mind works. Regardless, back of the deck, we have Thoth Wisdom. I'm going to keep this here because he is a sacred deity to me. And I feel like this will be relevant when I get the last two cards. So I want to get the animal card first. Either way, pile 5, like both options are very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I could see why you're kind of confused. So side A, we have Vulture. Necessary. I'm hearing either necessary evil, or like this may be useful even though you don't like how it looks on the outside. Like, because vultures are, I'm seeing somebody keep an eye on you, because I'm thinking of how vultures like to eye people. So side A is definitely keeping an eye on you, or keeping an eye on the situation. I do see this more as like the cleanup crew, because vultures, they'll eat the roadkill in order to keep them off the streets. I mean, this is how they are fed. But side A has like I don't know how to put it into words, but because I'm hearing, yeah, do the right thing even if no one's watching. Side A will continue being something important even if it's not chosen. Does that make sense? It will continue being important even though it's not chosen. And then for side B, we have Fish. And Fish is a very, at least in Christian mythology and the Christian stories. It's a very spiritual creature because I'm getting the signs of a cycle. Like there could be a cycle with person B. This may not be the first time that you've had to deal with person or situation B here, because fish makes me think of what is that story where Jesus he multiplies the food, like he takes the bread and the fish, I forget how much, but it wasn't a lot, that was meant to feed a lot of people, and he breaks it up and it ends up being like just enough for everybody, which is interesting. It's kind of like just when you think the situation with person B is over, it keeps coming back, because I'm going to read from the book for a fish because I feel like I don't want to misinterpret it, and I feel like there's another story, another myth that is going along with this particular animal. But that's the first thing that I'm being shown, is like a reincarnation, if you will, a cycle that repeats itself. It could be that person or situation B is something that happens, like there's a cycle, like every time, like every season something will happen, or every time you see each other, it's just inevitable, whatever happens. Yeah, if you see person or side B on a regular basis, like it's always in development. There's always like I'm seeing like the chronicles of person or choice B. So from the book, we have restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than the movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. So I feel like, yeah, like I said, cycles, but also movement. Like if something goes either silent, still, or stale with person or situation B, it feels wrong, or it feels restless. It's like you always got to be doing something, or there's always got to be momentum here. This is so interesting. And yet with the vulture, like I said, there's like a necessary, I keep saying necessary evil, but it's not evil. It's like something that stands the test of time and is there, even though this is air energy. I'm getting more earthy energy, where like the practicality of this creature is probably more important than whatever you may think of it, you know? Maybe it's just because where I live, there's a lot of roadkill, and I'm always like, who's gonna get to it first? You know, the county or the vultures? And sure enough, I see more vultures eating. I know this is a gross imagery, but I see more vultures tending to the roadkill than people. So it seems like one is a slippery option, and the other one is a little bit more stable for sure. Because choice B gives me this feeling of like running away from something, or wanting to, like there needs to be constant excitement, and that's just not always like, that's not always reasonable. That's not always the case. Like that's, you know, like relationships will have their lulls. They will have their times of being boring. If this is a relationship, if it's something else, I feel like it has to be though, because we're talking about the next time you see someone. Yeah, like there always has to be excitement, or there's nothing. So let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. So person or choice A. You get a 2-for-1 here though, pile 5. I will give you that. We have determination. There's something about person or choice A that just doesn't give up, and I feel like that's what feels the most comforting about it, especially with Hermes communication. This would be somebody who is a consistent messenger. Somebody who, like if they text, you know, they text consistently. They text very openly. You know, they're just always there. There's something comforting about choice A here. Let's get the card for person or choice B. Anxiety. Why is that? If person or choice B gives you feelings of anxiety and fear, I think it's a quite, I mean, I'm going to get a clarification for the anxiety. Why is this? And of course, trust. Yeah, there it is, the trust issues. And of course, we're going to go more in depth into this in the tarot. But it feels like choice B, there's been like a back and forth. There's been a lot more history, oddly enough. because I get very, I don't want to say distrustful energy, and I don't want to say, it's kind of like, why am I hearing, what's that thing Captain Jack Sparrow says? You can always trust the dishonest man to be dishonest. It's the honest man you can never, that you don't know whether they will be dishonest. That's what I'm hearing for choice of person B, which is a very interesting way of putting this, because it's kind of like you've already seen maybe the worst of person B, so you know what to expect with them. But with person A, who feels a lot more new, who feels very different, you haven't seen anything negative other than maybe, like, again, this vulture, like whatever is negative about them is so on their sleeve that you feel there couldn't be anything else. But person or choice A is very new, as to where person or choice B you've already dealt with to some extent. Because when I think of Loki and Black Widow, they have past, they have some shady past, but they're open about their past, they know about them. I think everybody does, you know. Black Widow used to be what is she, what was she, an assassin or a mercenary something. And then Loki, of course, Thor's brother, who, like, people just know he's up to no good. But then we have Shuri, She-Hulk, and Doctor Doom. And I'm glad I watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If that cinematic universe is not resonating with you, just take, like, I'm trying to give you the important pieces. Because Shuri, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, the second one, she became a completely different character in that movie because she had to. Because there were circumstances outside of herself that didn't allow her to be the person she was. She was still being the person she was, but her character was something unexpected. And I don't know if I want to give spoilers, but there was something unexpected about her character. And I think that's why I love that movie so much, because we see her as something entirely different in the first movie, but due to circumstances, both in real life, due to, you know, an actor passing away, and how the story plays out, we see so many different sides to her in that movie. And I feel like it's that very thing that would kind of drive you personally, pile 5, a little, like, you don't know if you're ready to see all of that. You don't know if you're ready to get to know this person, because they may be controlling, or you might want to have control of the situation. And there's something here about doing things right. But with this communication, I feel like if the communication is there, there's at least some sort of safety, and the determination lets me know that this person is determined to do right by you, even when it sucks. And then with person B, which I honestly, to you, they feel like a safer option, even if these cards don't show this, because the fish, it's kind of like you're just going with the flow. You're going with what you are used to, or you're wanting, fears, anxiety, and trust. It's like you trust that no matter what happens with person B, things will end up working out for you, but you can't ignore these two particular negative feelings. And these feelings could be something that person B themselves deals with more so than usual. Because, yeah. This is so interesting. I don't see a clear-cut answer here. Maybe you do, but I understand both perspectives. I want to... No, not yet. Let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. I was going to get runes, but I'm being told not yet because the situation hasn't played out. So the tarot is going to give us, like, again, I'm going to do this for the two choices, the two options. And honestly, I am getting a sense and a feeling of overwhelm within this pile, which, again, I don't blame you. You're choosing between two options, and neither seems better than the other. Or at least on the onset, I feel like this is where you're trying to gain clarity. For a lot of you, this could be between, like, two romantic partners. For some of you, this could be like two situations, two different dates or something. I don't know. But the majority of you, it's going to be two different partners that you're trying to choose. Like, who do you want to see? Who do you want to... If you're trying to tell somebody about a choice, you kind of want to tell them what this is. So let's go ahead and do the tarot. I'm going to make this A and B style. Top row is going to be person A. Bottom row is going to be person B. Or choice. I'm just going to say person. I'm being told these are scenarios that are going to play out. Okay, so option A. Why is my right knee hurting? Did person A have, like, something going on with their right leg or knee or something? This is interesting. I don't have bad knees, so yeah. Okay, so option A. 5 of Cups, not La Llorona. La Llorona, 5 of Cups. There's been disappointment with person A before the moon, and this will be revealed. Ace of Cups. Person A couldn't start something here. Page of Coins, even though they wanted to, because Page of Coins is somebody who is serious. They might be lacking in experience or maybe in something, but there's a wanting to learn. We have the King of Cups, yeah. Back of the deck, 9 of Swords. Underneath that, 4 of Wands. I do see a new beginning with person A, regardless of what's going on here. Because person A, they wanted to come forward and be or do something. Ace of Cups, something or somebody got in the way of this connection or this starting off. 5 of Cups makes me wonder if, because the myth of the Llorona is interesting. She kind of went crazy due to the fact that her husband or lover, whoever it was, decided to choose somebody over somebody else. So I'm not saying that that's what happened to person A, but I feel like there was a third-party intervention here outside of the both of you. Whether it was a friend, whether it was somebody who was trying to put doubts into their head about you, because the Ace of Cups, it's like they wanted to give you their cup, but at the last minute they're like, no thank you. The Moon, they will tell you who it is and why this is, because I feel like they are very communicative and they're very honest. Page of Coins, they are not very confident in certain things, so it makes sense that they will allow certain people to influence them very easily, because this person, they really wanted to start something with you. So if it feels like there was something there and then they suddenly pulled back, there was intervention there. There was an intervention by somebody else. It could have been a friend, it could have been a family member, it could have been their own something going on here. The King of Cups, they really do have feelings for you. They really do care about you. At the very least, they respect you enough to be able to tell you this, because Queen of Swords reversed, you're not being told the whole truth. They see you as very intelligent, so they kind of wonder how you get caught up in the situation, or like, it's like to them it doesn't make sense why somebody would keep them from you, or why somebody would play you a fool if they feel this other person was trying to play you a fool. Person A's got some juicy stuff here. So I feel like if you want to choose truth, if you want to choose communication, definitely go with person A. They've got something to tell you regardless of whether it works out or not. 9 of Swords lets me know that this is something you've actually been wondering about, something you've been worrying about. 4 of Wands, I'm seeing it as a clarity or like a gratitude because somebody here was honest with you. I feel like this is person A. And the death situation, it could either be the ending of something or it could be like a new beginning with this person. 10 of Swords, yeah, because you were worrying about something. And it turns out, yeah, here's the third party intervention. Somebody was actually getting in the way of proper communication between the both of you. Jeez. Somebody literally stopped something here. Okay. And that's all I'm going to provide for person A until I get back to the runes. But let's see what person B's got going on. I'm wondering if person B could be this third party intervention. It may or may not. It all depends. If it is, we'll see obvious signs when I draw the cards. So, for person B, what's going on with person B? Choice B. 6 of Cups. Is it meant to be reversed? Yep. Immaturity. Or nostalgia. But the kind of nostalgia that keeps somebody from moving on or developing. So, yeah, it's still a form of immaturity. This is like holding on to something from the past and like not growing from it. Person B could have friends that they've known since childhood that are not the best. Like, you know, those friends that you're used to them, but they don't grow with you. They don't want anything else. They just kind of hold you back. This is what I'm getting person B has, because they have a sense of loyalty, but they don't understand that a little bit of that loyalty is keeping them back from developing as a person. Ace of Wands. Okay. So person B will come forward a lot more strongly than person A. Ace of Swords reversed. This isn't everybody, but for some of you, if these two people know each other, there was intervention. I am getting that. If they know each other. I know that's not everybody, because not everybody runs in like similar social circles. But if not, I am seeing person B, they had an idea, they wanted to come forward, and something squashed it. Something kept them from coming forward. Or they decided to come forward, but not in an honest way, or not in a completely transparent way. Again, there's that mistrust, that fear and anxiety. They may have been caught in something, and this is why you kind of get this from this person. Very interesting. Okay, let's get more. Five of Swords. They're wanting to make peace. Because upwards, it would be like starting problems. But reverse, Five of Swords, they want, I'm hearing let bygones be bygones. King of Pentacles. Interesting, there's a mirroring here, because we have two aces reversed here. We have two kings here. But person B, like I said, you've probably known them longer, or there's more history, because Pentacles and even the Six of Cups, there's a sense of history or nostalgia. I'm getting somebody who cares about, they care about things that have already been established. So if you already have some history with this person, they will honor that history. Strong Capricorn vibes here. Specifically Moon and Capricorn. I love Moon and Capricorns, and I feel like this is why I know so many of them, because they are loyal to the people that they've known for a while. Even if that relationship wasn't the best, they still honor that there is history there. So I feel like person B would be this way. Last card. High Priestess. Person B for sure values your intuition, because they've seen it in action. Because like I said, there's a respect here mentally between you and person B. You get each other. They have a respect for you. And back of the deck, Four of Swords. They're kind of, I don't know which one you would go with, pile 5, and I see why you're undecided. Because person B, like I said, there's some sort of nostalgia here, because this same nostalgia that keeps them tied to some not so great friends or people from their past. This could also be family, again, that keeps them from evolving as a person. They still have that same sort of trait towards you, but with you, it's not negative. Like with you, they would grow, especially here with the Ace of Wands. I feel like you inspire them. You give them a sense of purpose, or they may want something with you. This could also be, of course, if this is a more romantic leaning situation, you essentially turn them on. Like, I don't know how else to say it. You light a fire within them that not a lot of people do. Ace of Swords reverse, but they chose to be in that stuck energy, in that negative energy. If they are prone to not being fully honest, or to just like not say anything, I feel like they decided to go with that. But there is a regret here, because the Five of Swords is like, you know what, let's make peace. Like, I'm sorry that I did this, but let me clear the air, because I am getting this particular sense. Why am I getting Wicked, the musical Wicked? What's the song? And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. So, and then again, I guess there's blame to share. Like I said, like, you both meet each other at the mines, and much like Glinda and Alphaba, two very different people, but they have a similar thing in common, in that they both want to essentially control the environment and the people around them for various reasons, and they just go about it differently. But there is like a common ground between you and person B. Whatever the thing with person B is, it's definitely stronger and more magnetic. King of Pentacles, like I said, you have a history with this person, and they honor that. And High Priestess, they value your knowledge, because I'm seeing both of these. Believe it or not, to me, the Queen of Swords is very intuitive, and all the queens are intuitive in their own right, but personally I've always taken the Queen of Swords to mean more, maybe because I lack a lot of air in my chart, to be that impartialness, this what's it called, the neutrality that is needed for intuition, because you can't have all your emotions in intuition. That will cloud your vision when it comes to your third eye. So you need to be neutral and impartial enough to be able to receive the truth, and to be able to see the matter as it is, and not allow your biases to get in the way of this. This is why, to me, the Queen of Swords is intuition. But the fact that she's reversed with person A, either they were understanding that you were not impartial to this, or that it was hard for you to remain neutral, or they themselves could have been dealing with a situation that was preventing you from being neutral. So
Yeah, if these two people are in some way, if they already know each other, I can see why. But for some of you where it's not, you're just dealing with two different modalities of a similar situation here. Because both of them, they wanted to start something with you, but they couldn't come forward for whatever reason. But at the same time, they want to be there for you with this king's energy. And they both respect and revere you, but one sees you in your downfall and the other one respects your intuition. So it all depends. If you need to switch these around, if like person B sounds more like person A and vice versa, you can from the oracles. And the one thing that I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck, you've been worrying a lot about these situations. You've probably been having more dreams about person B here and more nightmares about person A. And it's interesting because we have the Oracle of Delphi here just to kind of really bring that intuition home. I'll be honest, your intuition has not been very on point about, it has not been as on point regarding person A, because person A has a defeatist mentality. They're a little bit too much in their emotions. They could be a water sign themselves, or they could have very strong water aspects within their astrological chart, which is what is preventing this from being impartial. Like, for example, in your combined charts, there may be too much water, too much emotion, and not enough air, which is what you need, again, to remain neutral and see the thing logically. But with person B, it is so much stronger. This sense of, why am I hearing fidelity, or like, what's the word? Familiarity? Something with an F ending with a Y. Fidelity, familiarity. I don't think that's the word though. Like familiarity? What is the confidence? Confidentiality? I don't know. I feel like I'm just channeling words now. So for person B, there's a sense of dedication as well. So I could see why, because I don't feel like I can make this decision for you. I think this is just really meant to reflect to you what your options are here, pile 5. Like I'm being asked to remain neutral in the situation and just to give you the options. But let's go ahead and get your runes. I'm gonna get 3 and 3. The other piles have gotten like I think 4, but they were only dealing with one person. You're dealing with 2. So pile 5. Next time you see these people, or next time you choose between one person or the other to see them, you might just end up seeing both of them, because I think like that would be fair to compare and contrast the situations. So 3 for A, 3 for B. We have, this is how do you Hagalas? No. This is healing, Laguz, this is healing. So there's a lot of healing to do with person A. I do feel there's a strong friendship though with Algi's here, and lots of possibilities with person A. I don't think person A would reject you right away if you didn't choose them, but there is a lot of possibilities with them. But I also, this is that disruption. What was disrupting them? Something was getting in the way of them coming toward you. Oh, that makes sense. Because Algi's friendship, it could have been a friend getting in the way of the both of you coming together, and they've had to heal. Not just from whatever this friend is, whatever their bad options are, but like the something from the past that was coming up between you and this person. It could have been a past person, it could have been a past situation, but there's a disruption here. So it's likely that if there is divine intervention between you and person A, it's for a good reason. Person B, there it is, Wunjo, joy. You used to have a lot of fun with person B. Like I said, I feel like there's a history here because Wunjo is like, they make you happy. But we also have Burkano, love. And Hagalas, home. I think you just feel more comfortable with person B, and I was getting that strongly. There's a love, there's a joy, there's this feeling of belonging to each other with home, Dagas here. So I can't choose for you. It does seem like things are like on the scales, they're more in B's favor. And person A, again, they have their own lack of, like, they don't believe in themselves fully, or they're not as confident. So I feel like there will be divine disruption, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. Because one person here is seeing you more clearly than the other. And I think that's what matters in the end. Somebody here is seeing, like person B is seeing you for the high priestess that you are. They value you in that way. And person A, they adore you so much, but they're not seeing you in the best light. It's kind of like they see the victim mentality, or maybe they would hope that you're in that mentality so that they can come and be the savior. But that's not how this works. I feel like if they're still in that energy, then how is it supposed to work? They're supposed to see you as an equal, and person B does see you as an equal. This is giving... No, let me not put that out. Well, I'm getting some examples from movies, but I don't want to put that out there because I feel like that will color your vision here. Yeah, because regardless of what you want to choose, I think you will know. But let's move on to some closing advice. How do we... So, closing advice in the previous piles, Cupid says cards were supposed to be your person's channeled messages. And I want to get messages from source. I don't want to channel either of them to remain impartial because I want to see what your higher self, what source has to say about this particular situation. So, but I will do this. I will do 3 and 3 for either person. So what source has to say about either person? Maybe more depending on how confusing the cards may be. So pile, this is person A, cuddles please. Person A, very cuddly. They like the physical. It starts from you. You have to instigate whatever is going on with person A. Like they will not approach. You will have to approach them. It still hurts. They may have hurt you in the past, or they have a past hurt that is preventing this from happening. I keep hearing that. Like somebody broke their heart and they're not ready for this. Maybe in another time, in another life. So it could be that this may be for another time. And then person B. Man, person B is determined. Their energy is, it's so much more grounding. Like they're definitely a grounded person, which makes sense with the King of Pentacles. So person B. How could it be so attractive for the rest of my life? Jeez. This has to be romantic competition, pile 5. And you would, because you're such a hottie. What do you want from me? It's kind of like, it's that quote, distrust that person B has. Is like, well, what do you want? What do you both want out of the situation? What do you both want? And I want to get another one. Let's make magic happen. Yeah. Stronger energy with person B. I feel like either or, like I said, I'm trying to remain impartial. Because, back of the deck, darling, this feels so right. Do what feels right for you. Do what feels right for you. Pile 5, and then let's get your tea leaves. I want to see the situation play out. I feel like this is meant to be either or. So, pile 5. Most entertaining pile so far, that's for sure. We have Peacock, beware of great pride. There was another pile here that had the Peacock. If you're coming from that pile, I feel like this could be some sort of confirmation. But with beware of great pride, yeah. Look to who's just talking from ego and who actually cares. We have Harp, great happiness. Regardless, you are meant to be happy. And you're meant to have happiness because you bring that. Sun, happiness and well-being. Yeah. Prioritize your happiness for sure. Man. Dealings or relationship with a man. Well, yeah, I was getting that. Dark man. Okay. So maybe these are your two options. A man and a dark man. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or dark hair. Which is odd because there's also a fair man card, but he's not coming out here. But if we were to take these two, you're probably choosing between two men. Or one who is... Dark man makes me think of somebody who is like not usually your type. Like maybe if you prefer, like for example, if you like blondes, maybe this person has dark hair or something along those lines. Like you're choosing between two men essentially. And they're very different. We have Pale, time to get out of a situation. Okay, that one wanted to come through. Gavel, involvement with the law. Okay, somebody here could work in the law or somebody here. Yeah, maybe somebody here works with the law. Somebody here has really great eyebrows. Because I keep being drawn to this dude's eyebrows. They're like thick and full and I love them. We have Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yeah, you're protected regardless. And happiness. I don't know which house this is supposed to resonate with, but we have 3 cards of happiness. Choose what makes you happy. Who are you happiest with? Who makes you the happiest? Also, back of the deck, crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So take that as it resonates. But this is where I leave it, pile 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope this brought you some clarity regarding your situation or choices. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.